Starting with the 15th place game, that is going to be a one-round tiebreak for Walter Payton A and Strake B in DFWA, straight across that way. Baton Rouge Magnet and Livingston A will be playing in LAX A, so across the hall from where DFW is. For 9th place, Saratoga and Northview and Montgomery Blair A are all tied. Saratoga and Northview will play the first stage of that tiebreak. The winner of that game will play Montgomery Blair A. The loser of that game will finish in 11th. For 5th place, that will be Strake A and Hoover playing in this room. Followed by the 3rd place game, which is Chapel Hill and Park Tudor, also in this room. And for Montgomery Blair A, Saratoga, and Northview, that will be in Vienna downstairs, which is the 2nd live stream room. Does any team who I just mentioned have any questions about where they are supposed to go or what they are playing for? Not yet. I don't see any questions. Do I have Montgomery Blair A here? Still no. Anna, can you call or text Montgomery Blair A and just find out? It's just that. Oh, you've already done? Just tell them to go to Vienna then. All right. Additionally, after we finish tie breaks, we will go, so these are 2 rounds. We will go into we do not have a formal finals phase because the finals at the top, as in 1st and 2nd place, have already been determined. We will give out awards for all of the top 16 teams, as well as the top 3 junior varsity teams and the top small school team in here after we've conducted all of the gameplay necessary. For junior varsity, that is going to be, let me double check. Waiting on just final confirmation of what the junior varsity is going to look like. For junior varsity, there will be a single match between the 2 teams for 2nd place. The junior varsity champion has already been determined, as has the small school champion. Small school 2nd and 3rd place will not be awarded, as there are only 3 small schools here. After that, we will give out awards for the top 8 overall players and the top 4 10th grade and younger players based on preliminary round scores only. So that's only rounds 1 through 5. It does not take into account scores from playoffs yesterday afternoon or from today's matches. And we will also give out conduct the All-Star game. The All-Star game will include the highest scoring player from each of the top 4 final placement teams. So that means that's going to be the highest scoring player from preliminary rounds from each of Lexington, Lake County A, Chapel Hill, and Park Tudor, along with the highest scoring individual players from those prelims, the All-Stars, starting with the top 4. If any of those players are not available, any of those original 8 players are not available, that will go down the line on the All-Star side. Okay? If anyone has any questions about that, you're welcome to come see me outside of this room as soon as we've dismissed. Which team is walking in right now? Thank you. So, Livingston B and Lake, is Livingston B present? Yes, okay, thank you. Livingston B and Lake County Academic Team B will be playing off for 2nd place on the junior varsity title. That will be in Paris, downstairs. And that will be a 1-game final, or 1-game 2nd place match, okay? So as a reminder for anyone that just walked in, all of these matches will take place in the rooms that I have said. If you're not sure where you're supposed to go, come see me after I dismiss you. After these matches, of which there will be 2 rounds in this room. All of us are going to reconvene back in here. We will give out the awards. We will then conduct the All-Star game. I'll go into a little bit more detail about the All-Star game at that point in terms of how the teams are composed and what the procedures and policies look like there. Are there any questions before I dismiss teams? If there are, raise your hand nice and high, because I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Fantastic. You are dismissed. However, if you are coming back into this room after a single match, please make sure you are entering the room only between matches, not running into the room while there's a game going on and making a lot of noise. We will have someone posted right outside of these doors just to hold you between those games while they're going on, and that way we're not having disruptions in the match that's taking place here. All right, teams are dismissed. If you do not have a match and you are here for either a JV, an All-Star award, or a small school title or anything of that effect, and you are welcome to stay here and watch. Otherwise, you should plan on being back in this room in no more than 1 hour. Right now it is 1:57. You can head to your rooms. Good luck. Have fun.
Welcome back to the stream. A few minutes ago, you heard illustrious PACE President Arthur Ramsey break down all of the tiebreakers that are going to happen. We are very fortunate to be able to present to you first the 5th place game and then the 3rd place game. I am still Forrest Weintraub, and with me is PACE member emeritus Dylan Minarik. Aiden Leahy is still in federal custody after getting close to revealing the location of Lake County Academic. But we are very excited to be able to bring to you this 5th place game between Strake Jesuit A and Hoover. Dylan, what do we expect to see?
A lot of good buzzes. Both of these teams fought hard in the Super Playoffs and finished 4-3. Is that correct?
3-4.
3-4. I'm getting ahead of myself.
It's the
Yeah, but I mean, both of these teams are very, very strong. Strake Jesuit A placed 3rd at HSNCT, and they're bringing back 2 of 4 players from the team that won PACE last year. They're led by junior Jacob Higgs, who has an impressive 77 points per game with 43 powers. He's mainly a literature specialist, but is also very capable at generalizing into the humanities. Their second scorer is Kong Lei, who is a strong history and geography player, but also very good at auditory fine arts. And then Sean Boyle and Danny Raj Morris are capable of backing them up with random buzzes in basically everything. So a very balanced team. Meanwhile, on Hoover A, they actually only have 3 players. They're led by Alan Yuen, who is one of the top science specialists in the game. But well, as I've recently learned, he's started to generalize into other categories. We saw him get 2 impressive literature powers on the stream earlier, and also a mythology power. So clearly a threat across the rest of the distribution. And his teammates, Sonny Bracamontes and Krish Nathan, are each providing 40 to 50 points per game in support. Now, Dylan, when you have a team like this with only 3 people, do you sort of
all right, everybody
assign the 4th scorer responsibilities of, like,
which is about
say, having all of your teammates' backs on easy parts and stuff like that? Do you assign that to anyone, or do you just,
as we can to that time.
I don't know, do you just sort of play your own game?
I think I would lean more on the side of playing my own game.
Yeah.
Sort of accept maybe that there's 1 or 2 holes that we will just always have in toss-ups that we might have to give up on a little bit and then fight extra hard on the extra 18.
Yeah, I mean, that's even at the very top levels of the game. I mean, when you get to this level, the top 5 or 6 teams in the country, the level demanded in each category is so high that every team has some relative weakness. But it looks like it's going to be a very close game. These are 2 very evenly matched teams. But Dylan, if you had to pick, who do you have in this game?
I will take the national championship experience on the big stage of Strake.
Well, why do you go for experience here? In what ways can experience help you in a game like this?
Oftentimes, the finals packets of these tournaments have a little bit of special flavor. Maybe some of the toss-ups that are on the harder end of the bell curve during set production end up in the finals rather than getting reworked or thrown out entirely. And I mean, Strake was here last year, so they've got players who have gotten to be up here and play on these harder finals packets.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, the official position of everybody writing a set is, or at least should be, that they aren't trying to make the finals packets harder, because of course that just means they're like completely different and not really a true part of the set. That being said, I don't know, some editors may take such action when packetizing. I mean, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say what I did in my categories, but you know, there should be a good mixture of some of the zanier questions that we get from, say, Bentley Bull and the Gannon Cannon, with potentially some more standard fare. I mean, I do think as a writer and editor, it's still important to demand that teams know their core topics, even in high stakes games or, you know, at hard difficulties. So that's basically the case for why Strake Jesuit is going to win this game. So now I'll make the alternative case, I guess, for why Hoover is going to win. The main thing that Hoover has on their side, I think, is momentum. They've won their last 2 games, and Strake has lost their last 3. So they're probably feeling very good about themselves. They're sort of used to buzzing frequently, and I think that really helps you be in the right mindset, sort of be in the zone when you are trying to anticipate clues, which can be the difference between winning and losing a buzzer race.
It's a strong case. These are 2 fantastic teams, and I'm sure we're going to have a great game regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. So after this, we're going to have a 3rd place game between Chapel Hill and Park Tudor. They went 4-3 in the top super playoff bracket. Dylan, what can we learn about these 2 teams?
Well, we last time we were on the stream, we just watched these 2 teams play. I believe Park Tudor is a very young team, and Chapel Hill, while a little bit older, having 2 seniors on the roster, is getting a lot of scoring from underclassmen.
Yeah, I mean, they have Ahadi Yara, a freshman who has 1.5 powers per game and 44 points per game, which is, I mean, it's very impressive to see as a freshman. But of course, on the other side, there's Evan Ting, a sophomore who has 93 points per game and who made playoffs solo as a freshman. So there's really youth on both sides here, as you said.
Yeah, it's to me, this game is a question of which superstar takes over. We've got both of these teams led by a high-scoring player with very strong support, and it's going to be a matter of which one of them shows up in the big moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the game that we had here on stream earlier, we saw Robert Wisdom of Chapel Hill take over and be the star of that game. He had 5 powers, I think 130 points. Absolutely ludicrous numbers. Do you think that's likely to happen again? How much predictive value does a past game have for a future game?
It proves they can do it, but it doesn't necessarily prove they'll do it again on the next packet.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, if you're a player on one of these teams, like obviously you're going to be motivated to win this next game, but does it sort of like, I don't know, create an impression in the back of your mind that like, I don't know, your team has a better or worse baseline because of how you've already performed?
I'm not really sure. Something that will help these teams is that they have had their lunch. I'm sure they have been starving for now.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Although it leaves open the possibility then that you have a food coma and you sort of get sleepy. I know there are some players, honestly myself included, who tend to sort of lock out during lunch and need to take a round or 2 to lock back in. So do you have any personal strategies for dealing with that, especially after a relatively long break like we've had?
The post-lunch hangover can be nasty. Usually what I like to do is just take it slow in that first game after lunch, because that is a game where I am vulnerable to neg storming if I get off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, but can you really afford to take it slow if this is your only game after lunch and it's for all the marbles?
Yeah. And the question is, will both teams do the same thing, or will one of them come out swinging?
Yeah, I mean, a strategy that sometimes helps is to consume some caffeine at lunch, and then that will give you, you know, more energy. You can have all your mental faculties at the ready.
Yeah.
So this room is going to be, I believe, about 10 minutes behind the other rooms, just because we're streaming this live and we don't want the other teams to have an advantage by potentially having someone who could look at the stream. So the other games have already started, but we can give you a brief preview of the teams involved in these other tiebreakers, which, as we said earlier, they're all for trophies. That's why we're playing off all these games. So there's a 3-way tiebreaker for 9th. Dylan, can you explain, well, who's involved and how that's going to work?
Yes. So the teams playing in this tiebreaker for 9th will be Montgomery Blair A from Maryland, Northview from Georgia, and Saratoga from California. By virtue of their statistics in the Super Playoffs, Montgomery Blair placed the highest among these 3 teams tied. So they will get to wait and watch Saratoga and Northview play a game for the right to play them for 9th.
Yeah, so then that means the worst that they could finish is 10th. Saratoga has clinched for the JV championship by a large margin. I think they have to be already very proud of themselves, but also they probably want to do even better. Meanwhile, Northview is coming off, well, sort of distantly, but they finished second at the 2025 HSNCT, and they've brought back all of their teams since. I think they maybe got a little bit unlucky in the playoff phase. They were in a very difficult bracket, so one of the very good teams had to lose out. A similar situation for Montgomery Blair, so they probably want to sort of assert themselves and maybe show that they probably believe that they deserved to be top 8, so they want to use their performance in this game to show that.
I believe Blair is also a team that is mostly seniors who are looking to end their high school career on a high note.
I think they're all seniors, actually. So this is probably, unless they play NASAT, it's probably the last tournament that they're going to play together. So they'll definitely want to end on a win. There are 2 other tiebreakers going on. The first is between Baton Rouge Magnet, which is led by sophomore and top individual scorer Bhaskar Murthy, and his performance, of course, 146 points per game in prelims, extremely impressive, taking this team to 12th or 13th. Very impressive, but still one more game to go. And then Livingston A, the defending HSNCT champions, I believe they're also all seniors, a slightly different team composition that they had at HSNCT. But 2 of their players, Arav Kaushik and Benjamin Laskov, have championship experience, having been on that winning HSNCT team. So they should hopefully, I mean, as you talked about earlier, they have experience in the big moments, and so they should be ready to rise to the challenge. We're getting word that we are about ready to start with the 5th place game between Strake Jesuit A and Hoover. We are very excited to see what happens. Hopefully it'll be a very close game between these 2 great teams, and take it away.
Yes, best of luck to the teams. Are mics might be on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as whisper, then it
Like, take them off.
Who?
HSNCT champion, bro.
Where?
Okay.
All right.
Our
Who?
Parmesan.
Cool.
Who's
Smiles. All smiles.
Yeah.
So the diffs haven't
Yeah.
had
All
actually
right.
been on.
Is everybody
Oh.
able to get settled
Sure, have
down?
fun.
Happy love. Happy love.
More happy love. Testing.
All right. So to start, just say welcome everybody to this 5th place tiebreaker match that we have between Strake Jesuit A and Hoover. My name is Karsten. I'm going to be the moderator for this game.
My name is Hari. I'll be scorekeeping for this game.
All right. And before we do anything else, this round does have a sponsorship message. This round is sponsored by Daniel Hotham and Elise Will. And now let's do player buzzer check / introductions. If you could buzz in, give your name, your grade. If you're a senior and you're going to college somewhere and you want to say it, you can say that too. And we'll start with Strake Jesuit.
I'm Sean, and I'm a rising junior.
I'm Raj, and I'm a rising senior.
I'm Jacob. I'm also a rising senior.
I'm Kang. I'm a senior. I'm going to Stanford next year.
I'm Sunny. I'm going to Northwestern this fall.
I'm Krish. I'm a rising senior.
I'm Alan. I'm going to Purdue.
All right, thank you. Are you all good to go?
Let's go. Good luck.
Make it happen.
Push. All right. Push.
Tech, are we good to go?
We're playing the game.
Okay. Both teams, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be a full packet tiebreaker. Starting with toss-up 1, which is description acceptable. According to Xenagorus, this event was carried out by the brother of Antaeus and Ardaeus, who was likewise a son of Odysseus and Circe. The shepherd-honoring festival Perilia was repurposed to commemorate this event every April 21st. In the first of 35 surviving books, a text usually titled for this event describes a similar event at Lavinium. The location of this event was decided after one man saw 12 birds.
Founding of Rome.
Founding of Rome is good for 10.
Nice.
Your bonus, answer the following about Elmer Ellsworth, the first Union officer to die in the Civil War, for 10 points each. In May 1861, Ellsworth was shot after cutting one of these objects nicknamed the Stars and Bars. The battle one of these objects is a blue diagonal cross with white stars on a red field.
Like
Flag.
like flags maybe.
Yeah, sounds like flag.
Yeah.
The name is
Flag.
Prompt.
U.S. flag.
American flag.
No, it's a Confederate flag.
Oh, sorry.
Ellsworth befriended Abraham Lincoln while leading a troop of reforming soldiers dressed like these French Algerian troops who wore a blue shirt and red pants.
Pianors, right?
I trust you. Yeah.
Pianors.
They're the Zouaves. Ellsworth's
No,
Zouaves were stationed at a body of water named for this word, and Rhodes, where they witnessed an 1862 battle that featuring the USS Monitor and CSS Virginia.
Hampton.
Hampton is good for 10.
Let's get it. Come on.
Because
Toss-up 2. In spherical coordinates, the radial term of the FLRW metric is divided by 1 minus this quantity times r squared. Opposite signs for this quantity distinguish anti-de Sitter space and de Sitter space.
Curvature.
Curvature is good for 20.
nice, man. Good.
Your bonus. The narrator remarks that to be born one of these people was so disastrous a fate at the end of an autobiographical Thomas Mann story. For 10 points each, name this type of person. In a novel by a different author, one of these title people, Hans Schnier, hits the sadistic Herbert Kolek and reminisces about his former lover, Maria Durkheim.
Like a widow.
I should know this, but I don't. So.
A widow, a woman.
Where's she
Answer?
got that?
Woman.
It's clowns.
Oh.
Oh.
Heinrich Böll, the author of The Clown, also wrote this novel titled after a pastime of the architect Robert Femel.
Billiards at 9:30.
Billiards at 9:30 is correct. Like other members of the rebel literature movement, Bull's work frequently deals with the aftermath of this war. First-hand accounts of this war include the Diary of Anne Frank.
Second World War.
Second World War
Good.
is good for 20.
Good.
Come on.
Toss-up 3. This poet wrote I shall die tomorrow, but you will die today in a poem addressed to the Queen of Air and Darkness. This poet wrote of men who took their wages and are dead, an epitaph on an army of mercenaries. In a
Houseman.
Houseman is good.
Nice.
for 20.
I'm sorry.
Your bonus. An abbreviated form of this word refers to air fuel mixtures that are neither lean nor rich, which for gasoline occurs at a ratio of 14.7 to 1. For 10 points each, give this word, whose adjectival form denotes a number that is positive for products and negative for reactants.
Do you have a guess?
No.
Watkins.
Stoichiometric. This task involves finding the stoichiometric coefficients needed so that a reaction has equal moles of each reactant and product.
Finding the equilibrium. I don't know.
Yeah, say that.
Finding the equilibrium.
I want balancing a reaction.
Okay.
Stoichiometric coefficients are the exponents when calculating this quantity, which, for the autoionization of water, equals 10 to the negative 14. The standard Gibbs free energy change equals negative RT times the natural log of this quantity.
Equilibrium constant.
Okay.
Equilibrium constant.
Equilibrium constant
let's
is
go.
good for
Come on.
10.
Let's do it.
Toss up 4. Activists in this country formed Campaign 500,000 to successfully lobby for the closure of its only nuclear reactor. After losing a vote on banning nuclear weapons, a leader of this country called the Schnapps election to
New Zealand.
New Zealand is good
Nice.
for 20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your bonus. This man wrote all but one song on the debut album of 70s rock group Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, such as Sylvia's Mother and Judy. 10 points each. Name this songwriter, who also composed A Boy Named Sue and 25 Minutes to Go for Johnny Cash.
You have a guess?
No.
Bates.
Shel Silverstein. Johnny Cash performed those songs on a series of live albums recorded at San Quentin and Folsom, two of these institutions.
Prison.
The Warden throws a party in an Elvis Presley song about rock at this sort of institution.
Prison.
Prison's correct. 25 Minutes to Go has also been covered by this musician, the lead singer and guitarist for the Velvet Underground.
Oh shoot. It's like Andy something. Forgot his name.
Answer?
Andy.
Lou Reed.
Never mind.
Okay. 10 on the bonus. Toss up 5. Along with Ludovico Ariosto and Miguel de Cervantes, this author is called a burlesque Homer in the preface to Victor Hugo's Cromwell. A critic proposed that this author expressed folk humor in a chapter titled for This Author in the History of Laughter. An object in a novel by this author utters the singular word trink and later clarifies it means drink. Fyodor Dostoevsky and this author.
Rabelais.
Rabelais is good for 20.
Yes.
Your bonus. Robin Law's book on these animals in sub-Saharan Africa examined how an African sickness named for them limited their spread. 10 points each. Name these animals often traded for slaves by the Spanish. The Arawaks were the first to spread a rumor that these animals ate people.
Donkeys? I don't know.
Sure. Donkeys.
Horses.
Oh.
Okay.
The Golfo de Yeguas that separates these islands from Spain is named for the many mayors that died en route. Jean de Betancourt conquered these African islands, which include Tenerife.
Canary.
Canary is right. Some African examples of these things are divided into a horse period. Many of these things in the southwestern style can be found in a national monument in Bernalillo County, New Mexico.
These things form a national monument.
Flowers.
Flowers.
Petroglyphs. Okay, 10 on the bonus. Toss-up 6. When the orchestra finally enters in Ravel's orchestration of his Tsigan, this instrument plays a cadenza over a violin tremolo. On this instrument, a bisbigliando is notated as a tremolo between chords. The Un Bal movement of Symphonie Fantastique opens with 2 of these.
Timpani?
No.
You're good.
You're fine.
Of these instruments playing rising figures over low strings. In a popular Rimsky-Korsakov suite, one of these instruments accompanies a solo violin in the recurring Scheherazade theme by playing chords. The concert variety of this instrument is pitched in C flat, can easily play a glissando over its 6.5 octave range, and uses 7 pedals to play chromatically. For 10 points, name this 47-stringed instrument that is plucked by hand.
The harp.
Harp is correct for 10.
Good.
Your bonus. An April 1st, 2026 X post falsely claimed that Jonathan, the oldest living one of these animals, had died on St. Helena. For 10 points each, name these reptiles whose giant Aldebaran and Galapagos species are endemic to islands.
Tortoise.
Tortoise is right. Animals are often dispersed to islands via this process involving mats made of vegetation. This process was first directly observed in 1995 when hurricanes Luis and Marilyn brought green iguanas to Anguilla.
Like 7.
Rafting?
Sure.
Rafting?
What was that?
Rafting?
Rafting is correct.
Good.
Rafts made of the Sargassum genus of these algae are important nurseries for young sea turtles such as loggerheads. The pigment fucoxanthin is found in this class of algae, which includes the giant kelp.
So, it's
Brown algae.
Brown algae.
Brown algae.
Brown algae for
Yeah.
30.
Nice work.
Toss-up 7. These institutions could more easily rezone to provide housing under Mark Warner's proposed YIGBY bill. Since 2025, these institutions have been allowed to violate the Johnson Amendment on political speech if it is within their usual channels of communication. Beginning in 2018, Sahida Nadim spent 3 years living in one of these institutions in Kalamazoo to avoid being deported. A 2025 Pew study found an end to the decades-long rise of unaffiliated adults that decreased attendance at these institutions. The former Compaq Center in Houston is now Lakewood, an arena-style
Church.
church is correct for 10.
Oh, yes.
Your bonus. In 2025, this leader attended the inauguration of Ghanaian President John Mahama wearing a holstered gun. For 10 points each, name this leader, who has led Burkina Faso's military junta since launching a coup in 2022 when he was just 34 years old.
I have no idea. Kampare.
It's Ibrahim Traoré. Traoré shares a penchant for wearing a red beret with Bobby Wine, a politician who has gone into hiding after losing a fraudulent 2026 election to this 7-term president of Uganda.
Museveni.
Museveni
Nice.
is right. Traoré probably paid for Wagner Group mercenaries by giving them control over one of these facilities. Landslides in the DRC have killed hundreds of informal artisanal workers at these facilities, some of which produce coltan.
It's coltan. Like mining? Like mines.
Sure.
Mines.
Mines is good for
Nice
20.
job.
Let's go, come on.
Toss up 8. This opera-hating monarch was compelled to dismiss the Earl of Melfort while holding court at Saint-Germain-en-Laye. This man, the first governor of the Royal African Company, supervised recovery from the raid on the Medway before resigning.
Louis 15.
That's incorrect.
Super good.
I gotta stop.
Resigning his post of Lord High Admiral following the passage of the Test Act. Following a rebellion against this monarch, over 1,000 people were tried in the bloody assizes. With Mary of Modena, this monarch fathered a child later known as the Old Pretender. Louis XIV supported an army led by this monarch that was defeated near Drogheda in Ireland in the Battle of the Boyne. For 10 points, the First Jacobite Rising supported what Stuart monarch deposed in the Glorious Revolution?
James.
Prompt.
The second.
James II is
Good.
right.
Good.
Come on,
Nice.
let's go.
I almost blinked.
This
Your
guy.
bonus. Lady Gaga recites the poem the next day over a Robert Wilson video portrait that replaces this painting's central figure with her. For 10 points each, name this Jacques-Louis David painting that depicts its title French revolutionary lying in a bath after being stabbed by
Death of
Charlotte
Marat?
Corday.
Death of Marat.
Death of Marat's right. Andrea Solari inspired a Wilson video portrait of Lady Gaga as this person, who appears as a water-carrying child to the right of a boy kissing his mother's cheek in a John Everett Millais painting.
Oh, I think it's Jesus.
John the Baptist.
Oh,
yeah.
Lady Gaga replaces Caroline Riviere in Wilson's recreation of a work by this artist, who also painted an anatomically inaccurate nude holding a peacock fan.
Okay, this is Ingres. Ingres?
Ingres is good for
Good.
20.
Good.
Toss up 9. Leonardo da Vinci inspired this artist's set of 6 circular, heavily interlaced knot works. Philip Hoare's book on this artist, and The Whale, explores the origins of naturalistic works by this artist, such as Wing of a Blue Roller, and another whose reliance on a letter from Valentin Fernandez led to scientific inaccuracies. This artist's realistic watercolor, Young Hair, was painted.
Durer.
Durer's good for 10.
Good job.
Your bonus, for 10 points each, answer the following about theories of rhetoric through the ages. This man warned that rhetoricians should guide the state to moral behavior in his dialogue De Oratore. This Roman politician advocated the use of memory palaces and denounced the Catalan conspiracy.
Cicero.
Cicero is correct. A 20th century thinker with this surname defined rhetoric as the use of language to induce cooperation. A conservative thinker with this surname wrote Reflections on the Revolution in France.
Burke.
Burke is right.
Nice.
This humanist and rhetorician asserted that rhetoric is key to all aspects of human life in his 1725 book, The New Science, which proposed a cyclical theory of history.
Do you have a guess? Darren Watkins Jr.
Giambattista Vico.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's have it.
20 on the bonus. Toss up 10. The slot hypothesis describes how scaffolding proteins at these locations, such as PSD95, serve as anchors. These locations, at which EPSPs and IPSPs are triggered by ligand binding, are strengthened in a process proposed by Donald O. Hebb that occurs via an increase in the number of AMPA receptors. Namesake membrane proteins suffixed tagmin and brevin mediate
Synapses?
last word of power.
Nice! Good.
Your bonus. This co-writer of Shadow of a Doubt inspired the film Mr. North with his autobiographical novel Theophilus North. 10 points each. Name this author whose novel The Eighth Day won the National Book Award. The Marquesa de Montemayor's letters to her daughter Clara are published in textbooks in a novel by this author.
Oh,
Just a letter.
wait, it might be Diaz.
Answer?
I don't know. Diaz.
Thornton Wilder.
Yeah.
The
no
Marquesa de Montemayor's death is one of 5 investigated by Brother Juniper after the title ink and structure collapses in this Pulitzer-winning Wilder novel.
Bridge of St. Louis Ray.
Bridge of San Luis Rey is correct. Wilder was inspired by ancient Rome to write The Women of Andros and an epistolary reimagining of this dictator's death titled The Ides of March.
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar is
Good.
good for
What
20
Let's go,
happened?
come on.
and the half.
Good game.
Score of 150 for straight Jesuit A and 170 for Hoover.
Alright, keep it up. Sorry about the house.
No, you're all good.
I
Keep it up.
hesitated.
I'll put
Keep
him
it
up.
up. All out.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, we know what to do.
Our team's ready to keep going?
Yes.
Okay. We'll continue with toss-up 11. God's general and particular volitions give rise to this phenomenon, since physical things are occasions for divine activity, according to Nicholas Malebranche. Monads are governed by the principle of pre-established harmony instead of this phenomenon, so Leibniz called them windowless. Due to mere custom, we wrongly invoke this phenomenon to describe constant conjunction according to an inquiry concerning human understanding. David Hume advanced that argument about this phenomenon by imagining 2 billiard balls colliding.
Like, determinism?
No. Material, formal, efficient, and final are the 4 kinds of this phenomenon theorized by Aristotle. 10 points. Name this phenomenon in which one event leads to another.
Like consequence.
No, I need causation.
Okay. My bad.
I want to launch a protest on determinism for cause.
Sure.
That makes sense, right?
Determinism.
Like deterministic. Like Minecraft
wants
seeds.
causation.
You got it. Just formulate for it.
This is, round 17.
Keep it up. Come on. Get good PPB. We can win. Toss-ups.
Buzzed at billiards balls colliding.
Hume uses that analogy to indicate determinism, which is a part of causation, and I believe that should have been given me prompt leeway, at least it's to some degree.
Let's make it not matter. Let's make it. Yeah, we got this.
Sorry, do you mind repeating that once more?
Hume uses that analogy to illustrate determinism, which is a part of causes, or causation, and I believe that should have at least justified a prompt for that.
Yeah, Strake, do you have any counter arguments or anything?
No.
That's fair.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Come on. Good afternoon.
And
George
that'll
Cousins.
be a
Hey, I have
40-point
three. I have
swing because
three.
that was out of power.
Got them.
Okay,
And
cool.
nobody got the toss-up at the end. All right. Are both teams ready to continue then?
Yes.
On to toss-up 12. A man in this novel claims that the novel The Purple Land makes a man as impractical as someone entering Wall Street, having read only Horatio Alger. A woman in this book married a sailor who made her sleep on the floor. While eating hard-boiled eggs, characters in this novel jokingly say they will utilize chicken and wine on a fishing trip.
The sun also rises.
The sun also rises.
Nice.
Good for 20.
Good job.
Actually hit, bro.
Your bonus. One of Jan Matejko's best-known paintings depicts a triumphant Stanisław Poniatowski holding a document usually named for this date as a procession enters St. John's Cathedral. 10 points each. Give this month and day on which a legislative body adopted a constitution that reformed the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth by establishing balance of powers and abolishing the Liberum Veto.
May 3rd.
May 3rd is correct. The Liberum Veto allowed members of this body to stop any legislation.
Polish.
The Henrician Articles established that nobility in
Same.
this body would elect the Polish king.
Same.
Same is correct.
Nice.
Though this Tsar had promoted Poniatowski, she later backed the Targovica Confederation to overthrow him. Grigory Potemkin allegedly built fake villages to impress this Tsar.
Catherine the Great.
Catherine the Great.
Whatever.
is
Let's go.
third.
Happens.
Let's go.
Moving on to toss-up 13. Francesca Zambello's 2006 Royal Opera House production of an opera by this composer starred Anna Katerina Antonacci and Jonas Kaufmann. This composer wrote the aria Je crois entendre encore, in which a tenor reminisces about meeting a veiled woman. In another tenor aria by this composer, an officer recalls cherishing a withered object while in prison. This composer wrote the friendship duet Au fond du temps passant.
Bizet.
Bizet is good for 10.
It was
No worries. Come on.
The bonus. Fathers from this class whisper into their child's ear to live many autumns during one of the 16 samskara, or sacraments. 10 points each. Name this highest class in the Hindu Varna system, traditionally serving as priests.
Brahmin.
Brahmin.
Brahmin is right.
Good.
Grandmothers or aunts whisper these words into Brahmin children's ears during a Barasala ceremony, a ceremony 10 or 12 days after the Jatakarman centers on some of these words related to Rashi, or family deities.
Names, maybe? Names?
Names is
Nice.
right.
Good job.
This Sanskrit word for ear precedes Veda in the name of the Brahmin ear-piercing sacrament. A man with this name, born to Surya and Kunti with glowing earrings, is killed by Arjuna while trying to move his chariot.
I feel like it starts with a V.
Answer?
Bayou.
Karna.
Okay.
20 on the bonus.
Good job.
all right.
Thank you.
Toss of 14. In a Talmudic story, Rav Nachman Bar Yitzchak hides this substance to avoid becoming a thief. Isaac Luria argued that Nazarite vows regarding this substance in Numbers chapter 6, book 5 were inspired by Daniel's description of the Atik Yomin. Children lick honey-covered Hebrew letters after participating in a ritual centered on this substance called upsherin. This substance is used to create shaitels, which Jewish women use to follow a snuit command on modesty. A Torah tradition about rounding off this substance has led Hasidic men to wear curls called payot. For 10 points, kippahs cover what substance?
Hair.
Hair is right.
I didn't even remember. Like,
There's like an open door right there too, bro. Like what?
what in the world?
Your bonus. These objects trace out two-dimensional manifolds in space-time known as world sheets. For 10 points each, name these objects whose open versions can be found traveling along D-branes. Edward Witten unified theories of these objects into the 11-dimensional M theory.
Strings.
Strings is right. String theory predicts upwards of 10 to the 500 false versions of this state. Virtual pair production is responsible for one effect in this state.
Vacuum.
Vacuum is correct. String theory was proposed to unify quantum mechanics and a theory of this fundamental attractive force that acts between objects that have mass.
Yeah,
Gravity.
Gravity is good for all 30.
Jeez, Alan.
Toss-up 15. A rainbow island that shares its name with this body of water is home to a type of red ochre called golak. On an island in this body of water, explorer William Baffin died near Portugal's Fort Quixome. The southern reaches of this body of water border the exclave of Musandam.
Arabian?
I'll prompt.
Persian Gulf?
I'll prompt.
Hormuz?
Prompt?
What? Like the Gulf of Bahrain?
No.
What?
Continuing.
Okay.
An island in this body of water that also lies along the smaller Clarence Strait is home to an underground missile city and is called Keshem. A body of water directly to the west of this smaller body of water contains the oil export hub of Karg Island. The prices of helium and jet fuel have spiked due to a potential mine laying in this body of water in 2026. 10 points name this choke point connecting the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf.
Alright, so that's the Strait of Hormuz.
Strait of Hormuz is correct for 10.
Can I protest?
Yes.
Hormuz should be accepted.
Let's do the bonus first, and then we'll lodge the protest. So bonus,
happens.
a fraudster of this ethnicity declared himself the Cazique of Poyes, a bountiful republic that was actually desolate land on the Mosquito Coast. 10 points each. Give this ethnicity of settlers who established a failed colony in present-day Gunayala in Panama in the 1690s.
Scottish.
Scottish is correct. The fraudster Gregor MacGregor not once but twice abandoned his Venezuelan troops in their campaigns, leading this man, nicknamed El Libertador, to banish him from New Granada.
Bolivar.
Bolivar is correct. Scottish merchants funded estancias on land conquered from the Ranquel and Mapuche in this plains region bounded by Patagonia, the northern of two targeted in the 1830s desert campaign.
It's just Pampas, right?
I trust you.
Pampas.
Pampas is good,
Good.
for 30.
Nice. Science. No, it's good protest.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the entire prompt. So it was Arabian prompt, Persian Gulf prompt, Hormuz prompt, and then Gulf of Bahrain.
I'm assuming you think your answer should have been accepted.
Yes.
And then your justification?
Usually like you don't need like the thing in front of like you don't need straight. Like you just need the what's the proper.
Is there like another body of water named Hormuz?
No. Yeah, there's also like you don't need Persian Gulf, you just need Persian.
Let's go. Good afternoon, protest committee. I actually have something to say. So like, if you're talking about Strait of Gibraltar, for instance, right? If you say Gibraltar, then it's wrong. And this question is specifically looking for a body of water. And I do think that like a prompt was the good thing whenever he said Hormuz, but then he said,
Gulf of Bahrain after that.
Gulf of Bahrain, and that's just wrong. So I think, yeah, it should have been prompted, and then he got further away from it.
Can I add something? Okay. If the prompt were like justified, I feel like there should be like instructions for me. Like I think the way I interpreted the prompt was like I need to be more specific than the Strait of Hormuz, as opposed to like you just want straight. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get it. Come on.
Whatever.
I get one. You get one. Okay. Then we win. Stop. Focus up. Okay. Focus up.
Okay.
Let's go. We got this.
Protest we've ever had.
Oh, you could free me, bro.
By the way, I have two more.
Now we're
There's a
there.
sign of it.
Yeah.
He's out. You're out? No. He doesn't have anything. And I have like one more thing. I have history.
Got it all entered.
I don't know if I'll get it over him, but I'll try. You have hist and lit.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
All right, so that will now be a 90-point swing because that was in power and then gotten for 10 and 30 on the bonus afterward. So,
Alright, let's just continue.
Yeah. Doesn't matter right now.
I just play.
are both teams ready to continue?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, we're going into toss-up 16. two polymorphs of this compound name contrasting Cs governed by the rate of seafloor spreading, which sequesters magnesium ions that favor the formation of one polymorph. This compound's solubility increases greatly past the lysocline. The remains...
Calcium carbonate.
Calcium carbonate is good for
Bro,
20.
it's just him. He's just him. Sorry.
Your bonus. Per the first fundamental law of welfare economics, this condition holds for all Walrasian equilibria, 10 points each. An Italian economist names what condition in which there are no possible allocations of goods that make one person better off without making another worse off.
Pareto?
Prompt.
Like Pareto efficiency?
Sure. Because Walrasian equilibria fulfill this process, there is no excess demand or supply. According to Walras law, an economy is in equilibrium if every constituent market fulfills this process.
Like this process, like what balance?
Equal
Yeah,
balance.
No,
Balance.
Answer?
equally balanced.
Bounce.
They're market clearing. A Walrasian equilibrium can be solved by using the Cobb-Douglas production function as one of these measures, which describe the happiness of the happiness a consumer derives
Like
from
utility.
a good.
Go. Like a utility?
Utility is good.
Good.
For 20.
All right, come on. I guess. I don't
Toss
know.
of 17. People training for this profession would be taught by an umiya at institutions known as edubas. Learned Jewish men were prohibited from living in a town without a sofer, a person in this profession. A man in this profession with a flabby belly is depicted seated in a limestone sculpture owned by the Louvre, originally found at Saqqara. The god Nabu is often depicted holding equipment central to this profession.
Scribes.
Scribe
Nice.
is good for 20. Your bonus. This author chronicled the Malian Traore family in her novel Segu and its sequel Children of Segu, for 10 points each. Name this author who transported the setting of Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights to her native Guadeloupe in her novel Windward Heights.
Maurice Condé.
Maurice Condé is correct. This novel by Jean Rhys serves as a prequel to Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre and reimagines Bertha Mason as the heiress named Antoinette Cosway.
Wide Sargasso Sea.
Wide Sargasso Sea is correct. In Wide Sargasso Sea, a dream Antoinette has of burning Rochester's house employs this writing technique which simulates the flow of uninterrupted thoughts.
Stream of consciousness.
Stream of consciousness is good for 30.
Make it happen.
Let's go. Come on.
Toss up 18. In a story by this author, Lorenzo dies after saving a baby he was accused of fathering from a burning building. In another story by this author, a character recalls how she stabbed her own throat and jumped into a pond in an attempt to kill herself. In a story by this author, a character watches and seemingly enjoy as his daughter and a monkey burn to death in a
Akutagawa.
Kurigawa
Nice.
is good for 10.
Good job.
No worries. Come on, let's go. Be carry.
Your bonus. The recollection of God crushing the heads of the Leviathan from Psalm 74 is thought to refer to this man parting the Red Sea. For 10 points each, name this prophet who leads the exodus from Egypt.
Moses.
Moses. Correct. The consumption of the Leviathan symbolizes enlightenment, and the central text of this tradition, the Zohar, the archangel Metatron, is said to have revealed the future to Shimon Bar Yochai, a founding sage of this tradition.
Yeah, I like that.
Kabbalah.
Kabbalah is
Nice.
correct. Leviathan is sometimes equated with a sea monster given this Hebrew name, sometimes used as a poetic name for Egypt. This name is shared by a biblical prostitute from Jericho who used a red thread to aid Israel's spies.
Yeah.
Rahab.
Rahab is good
Nice.
for 30.
All right, let's go. Come on. We need this.
Toss-up 19 is description acceptable. A Secretary of State assured Graham Martin that when this event is finally over, I'll be hanging several yards higher than you. Juan Jose Valdez nearly fell off a ramp during this event, which was initiated by Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
The evacuation of Saigon.
Evacuation of
Nice.
Saigon is good for 20.
Why is that second?
Your bonus. The streaming instability may allow these objects to form by promoting dust aggregation above the 1 meter hurdle, for 10 points each. Name these kilometer-sized objects, theorized by Viktor Safronov, that inelastically collided to form protoplanets in the early solar system.
Any ideas?
You gotta guess.
No.
Answer?
Windows.
Planetesimals. These planets either formed via large-scale accretion onto a core created by many planetesimals, or without planetesimals via gravitational instability. Jupiter and Neptune are examples of these planets.
Gas giants.
Gas giants is correct. Many planetesimals that did not aggregate into planets are now these objects, which orbit near the L4 and L5 Lagrange points of the Sun-Jupiter system.
Trojans or like
Asteroids.
Asteroids.
Prompt.
Trojans.
Yes.
Nice.
Good
Timeout.
20 points. Oh, good timeout.
Ethical time.
Irving
My bad.
Berlin.
And score check.
Currently, the score is Strict Jesuit has 360 and Hoover has 290.
Last toss-up is
40 points
Okay. The protest
No,
mood.
we have the protest.
for Hoover and 90
We have determinism.
Oh yeah.
And then what?
yeah,
How many toss-ups left?
We have protest. Yeah.
Yeah. This is science. There's
I
only
guess
three.
ask them if we should read it now.
Oh, I got buzzers.
Same with me announcement.
sure. All right. So on the protest for determinism, the protest has been denied. The reasoning is, in an inquiry concerning human understanding, Hume invokes the billiard ball example while attempting to refute arguments in favor of causation, which Hume says we observe as constant conjunction. The relevant section of the inquiry does not discuss determinism. So those 40 points will no longer be in protest.
Have fun.
All out.
Yeah, we got 6. 6 is good.
All right, so we're going into the final toss-up. Are both teams ready?
Yep.
A technique named in part for this adjective has a coarse-grained form often used when modeling protein folding. It's not related to graphics, but Verlet integration is used to calculate trajectories in a method whose name begins with this adjective, which uses force fields to model an evolving mini-body system in chemistry. Boltzmann's H theorem is proven using an assumption named for this adjective and chaos, in which particles' velocities and positions...
Molecular.
Molecular.
Nice!
Number 10.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Good job.
And your bonus. A Jean-Pierre Melville film named titled for one of these people follows the hitman Jeff Costello. 10 points each. Name these people who title a film that ends with a character's declaration that the victory belongs to those peasants, not to us, and was remade in English as The Magnificent Seven.
Cameron Noaz.
What was that?
Cameron Noaz.
It's our samurai. In 2025, another Akira Kurosawa film, High and Low, was remade by this director as Highest to Lowest. This man also directed Black Klansman and Do the Right Thing.
Yeah, I think samurai was the easy part.
Daniel Merida.
Answer?
Daniel Merida.
This is Spike Lee. In 2013, Spike Lee directed a remake of one of this director's films, which features an iconic one-shot fight scene in a hallway. This director adapted Sarah Waters' novel Fingersmith as The Handmaiden.
You know what? Okay. The friends we made along the way.
This is Park Chan-wook. Nothing on the bonus. Final score. All right. Congratulations. All right. Right now. All right. Strake, if you guys could go get a post-game interview. Thank you.
Well, it's an important feature of Quizbowl that the packet isn't always right.
Well,
Sometimes-
hopefully it's an important feature that the packet's almost always right. But, you
Almost
know.
always right, but can't always be right. And sometimes a player gives an answer that they would like to argue should have been accepted as correct, should have been prompted for more information. And so players and coaches have the ability to lodge a protest on a ruling made by the moderator. That protest is then brought to a central protest committee who is blind to the teams and players involved in the situation. They do their best research, look in all their books, to find out whether the player was correct, and if so, the protest is upheld. And sometimes an extra question will have to be played. The result of a toss-up may shift over to the other team, something of that nature. And if the protest is denied, then the game score as it is on the books holds.
Yes, exactly. So in this case, the protest committee looked at Hume's inquiry concerning human understanding because this was the operative work being included, and they ended up deciding that the protest did not have merit. There was another protest made by Straight Jesuit, which was not evaluated because it was moot, meaning they had already won the game, and so any protest that isn't going to change the outcome of the game would not get evaluated.
Let's take a look at that box score.
Yeah. So it's a final score of 370 for Straight Jesuit A, 290 for Hoover. This is slightly misleading for two reasons. The first is that on the last bonus, Straight decided to basically answer with the friends we made along the way. That was a very nice, wholesome gesture. Stevenson did something similar at HSNCT on their last bonus, so they could have had a few more points. But also, I mean, it was much closer than a two toss-up game throughout most of the game. It was back and forth the whole time.
I believe it was not locked up until 19 when we got a late game run from Strake and a protest resolution within 1 minute of each other.
Strike got the last 4 toss-ups, which was really key. I mean, Hoover did put a lot of pressure on them. Of course, their science player, Alan Yuen, got he powered 3 of the first 4 toss-ups. But then on the very last toss-up, Raj from Strike had a sneaky chemistry buzz, which was very nice to see. He got 2 toss-ups in that game, which is really all you can ask for from your third scorer. Or actually, I believe he's their 4th scorer, so very impressive there.
Yeah, in the end, though, this was an excellent match. 6 out of...
I didn't realize we were John Hydration.
So we are now going to go to Samir Sarma, who is live with our 5th place team, Strike Jesuit A. Take it away, Samir.
Alright, we're running this.
Okay, hello. Could you guys come a little bit closer?
I'm curious about I'm curious about the Rob Leg.
Okay,
Usually
this
I,
is
actually
not
do
on
so good
room.
at Rob Leg, but I don't know what any of the moves were, like in the power mode.
Evan, guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
Enjoy the moments like these, okay?
Hello, hello.
So let's play your best games, okay?
Playing on live, I just think some of the ways, unfortunately, I do, like, the line
Okay.
of slitting her throat and jumping into the pond.
Hello, Livestream, but I am here with the newly minted 5th placers of Strike Jesuit. Could you all just give a quick recap of your names?
Like everyone like says something defending themselves. He was like, they were both awful to me. I ran away and tried to kill myself because of the shame.
I'm Kang, and I'm going to Stanford next year.
Still alive.
I'm Sean, and I'll be a junior. I'm Raj, and I'm a rising senior.
So first of all, we have to talk about it, even though the protest didn't end up mattering. King, Arabian Sea into Persian Gulf, into Hormuz, into Gulf of Bahrain. First of all, what was going through your head during that insane chain of prompts? But also, what was the clue that tuned you in that Strait of Hormuz was what you needed in the first place? That was a really impressive buzz.
Yeah, thank you. I would say I was just really confused, especially on the after I got prompted after Hormuz. I sort of knew what direction I wanted to go in after Arabian Sea, Persian Gulf. But I thought it wanted more something more specific than the Strait of Hormuz, and I couldn't think of anything. And then Musandam, I think, is an exclave owned by Oman. So I was trying to lateral think my way, what's a body of water near Oman.
You did end up getting there in the end using the clue that we were talking about Oman. We've reached the end of the road for NSC for all of y'all. So question for all of you guys. Just in general, right now, how are you feeling about your performance?
Yeah, I think
all of the
who was
games
sitting?
and
Chris
your
was in the
experience
middle.
at NSC? If you had to sum it up, how would you say you feel?
I would say it's definitely been a wild ride between getting off our win last year at pace versus making it to the top 5 this year. It's honestly been exhilarating, and I'm excited to come back next year.
Yeah, I think my experience overall was great. We definitely had our ups and downs as a team, but I just want to thank these guys for being there for me, emotionally, helping me keep my emotions in check, and I'm super proud of everyone here, and I'm very happy with 5th. So.
I'm exhausted, but I love these guys sitting next to me so much, and everyone here has genuinely made this year incredible for me, and I'm forever in y'all's debt, seriously.
It's been such a vibrant experience with learning so much about the world and the depth of the world, and these questions allow you to sort of explore that, and the community is so supportive with everything, so I'm just so grateful to be here.
And one final question for y'all. If you could meet your freshman year self, or your freshman year of Quizbowl self, the you that was just starting to get into this activity that we love, Quizbowl, what would you tell your younger self?
It's a good question. I think I would just definitely feed into his ego, because he already knows that he's going to do big things with his Quizbowl career, so might as well just keep it up.
To be honest, I would say, I guess I'd be so proud of him. Coming this far from freshman year all the way up until now, with all the accomplishments we've had as a team. Never would have, in a million years, freshman year, would I have expected to be here on that stage right now. So yeah, I think I'm just really proud of you. Put yourself out there and be confident.
I would tell him that he has a pretty insane next couple of years in front of him, and not waste time on making connections. Talk to everyone around you and learn who you're going to be playing with.
I would say I'm so proud of him for working hard and staying throughout the program, even though I experienced what we call the sophomore slump, where we get kind of tired. But yeah, I'm just so happy that I've continued to participate.
All right, Strake Jesuit, congratulations on your win again. And thank you for joining us for this interview. We will cut back to you, Forrest and Dylan.
Thank you for that, Samir. It was great to hear from our 5th place team. Very soon, we will be moving on to the 3rd place game between Chapel Hill from North Carolina and Park Tudor from Indiana. The winner will, of course, place 3rd, and the loser will place 4th. I'm very excited to see what these two teams are able to do. Dylan, what do you think will be the key to this game?
Key to this game. It's an interesting question. I think that it's going to be which of the superstar players can take over the game, as I said before. We have Robert on Chapel Hill, who we saw just have a monster game against Park Tudor right at the end of the Super Playoffs. And then Evan, one of the top players at the tournament. They're both capable of just like going off and getting something like 8 on their own.
Yeah.
And then they just need a couple more from pretty strong supporting casts to get themselves over the top.
I mean, that's exactly what happened in the last game that we saw, where Robert Wisdom got 8 toss-ups on his own. If he or Evan is able to put up a performance of that magnitude, that should pretty much clinch it for their team. But I think the battle is also going to happen sort of in categories where specialists like to operate, meaning science and music. So here I'm thinking of Graham Hallquist from Chapel Hill. He's going to be attending the Oberlin Conservatory, so he's, very serious about music. I think he's powered every music toss-up that I've seen him play. So, you're basically starting with a 1 toss-up lead there if you have Graham on your team. And, music is a specialist's category, so if Park Tudor doesn't have someone of that level, they're probably not going to be able to get the music toss-up. Likewise, Gavin on Park Tudor is a good science player, but I think Ahadi Yar from Chapel Hill sort of got the best of him in their previous matchup. It'll be interesting to see if that's able to reverse in this next game.
Yes, I believe that both of the generalists in this game, the top players, are strong on the humanities. So there should be a lot of like one-on-one fights on some of those lit questions too.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Although, I mean, I believe Robert's more of a lit-based generalist and Evan's more of a history-based generalist.
Yeah.
Obviously, in a lot of cases, those classifications can sort of overlap because you have people whose best category is history and second best category is literature or something like that. But, if we get, say, a round with a geography toss-up, half of the rounds have geography toss-ups, half of them have current events. If it's geography, that probably provides an advantage to Park Tudor, for instance.
How did bonus conversion was basically exactly even the last time they played?
I think, well, let me pull up the proper stats, but I believe, Chapel Hill had 19.55 points per bonus in Super Playoffs, and Park Tudor had 20.16, but that's really within the margin of error, Every team is going to have a game-to-game spread of maybe 2 or 3 points per bonus, so I guess that's another important thing. You want to get bonuses in your categories, or even better, on specific topics within your categories that you know well. And of course, that's mostly down to luck.
This could be a game determined by a team pulling 2 or 3 crazy hard parts randomly this packet.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, it could also, because of the pace format, the difference between a power and a 10 is 10 points instead of 5. And in a game between teams that are this close in skill, that could also determine it. We've seen so much parity in top bracket. Park Tudor was able to deal a loss to Lake County Academic Team, the eventual 2nd place finisher. So, any given packet, depending on the content that comes up, either of these teams is capable of really putting on a show.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. This is sort of the marquee match with Lexington running away with the title. And so this will be the often not seen Finals 2 packet.
Yeah, we also have an emergency packet that's hopefully not going to get seen and get rolled over to next year. But we, of course, work very, very hard on every single question. So, We're always happy to see all of them get played. And now it's time for exactly that to happen. So we'll go over to the main stage to see Chapel Hill face off against Park Tudor for 3rd place.
Best of luck to the teams. We'll see you later.
All right. We are ready
We're live,
to
we're live, we're
get
live.
this round started. If people could take their seats and end any conversations, please.
Oh yeah.
Who
yeah.
are you,
Quiet
bro?
Coyote. Right here. Thank you.
Silence!
I think your mic is on. Wait, no, it's
Should
not.
yell that.
All right.
I don't think
we don't
your
know.
mic
Oh, we're
is-
on.
Let's start shouting people out.
Are we on?
Please
Yeah.
end your conversations. Thank you.
Okay. Who's on our shout out list? Dr. Tate.
Parents.
Parents.
Dr. Tate.
Okay,
How
so
many shout-outs I get?
everybody, come on.
B team.
I don't think they can
Let's
hear
quiet
you.
down,
Yell it.
please.
Yell.
Please. All right, so we are here for the 3rd place tiebreaker match between Park Tudor and Chapel Hill, a rematch from this very room of round 16. My name is Karsten. I will be the moderator for this match.
My name is Hari. I'll be scorekeeping.
And I do not believe we have a sponsorship message for this round. So let's do a buzzer check and introduction. Both teams could buzz in, say your name, your grade, and if you're a senior and going to college somewhere that you'd like to announce, you can add that in too, starting with Park Tudor.
I'm Ava. I'm a rising sophomore.
I'm Evan. I'm a rising senior.
I'm also Evan, but I'm a rising junior.
I'm Gavin. I'm a rising junior.
I'm Graham. I'm going to Oberlin Conservatory.
I'm Robbie. I'm going to William and Mary.
I'm Kibi Ranks.
Wait, oh,
I'm a rising sophomore. Was that a genuine mistake?
He's a rising sophomore.
I'm Lokajith, and I'm going to code QB Rings after this rising junior, and he forgot to mention that he's going to Juilliard.
Who are you?
All right.
Well, let's go.
Congrats on Juilliard.
Are both teams ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have
keep
toss
it
up
up.
1. The KSB method estimates one form of this phenomenon by using the Jacobian matrix to separate cosmic convergence and shear from PSF distortions. One form of this phenomenon produces an amplification whose light curve can contain caustics used by the OGLE and MOA projects. A research team led by Walsh, Carswell, and Wayman first observed this phenomenon.
Like cooling.
No. In the twin quasar, during a 1919 solar eclipse, Arthur Eddington observed this phenomenon to verify general relativity. Exoplanets can be detected using the micro version of this phenomenon, and the strong version of this phenomenon produces Einstein rings. 10 points. Name this consequence of general relativity in which astronomical objects bend light.
Lens distortion?
I don't have that here. I just need gravitational lensing.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I thought because you have it, I do. Cool.
Toss up 2. An exact replica of this artist's studio was reconstructed by Renzo Piano for the Centre Pompidou. An artwork by this artist is viewed by 2 gay soldiers and a woman wearing a red cocktail dress in Charles Demuth's watercolor Distinguished Air. Scott Burton exhibited this artist's pedestal tables as standalone pieces, such as the round limestone base of Fish. The Salon des Indépendants removed this artist's depiction of Marie Bonaparte due to its...
Brancouche.
Brancouche is right for 10.
That's good.
Your bonus. Guy Bradley was murdered fighting poachers in this region. For 10 points each, name this region outside the Big Cypress Wildlife Management Area, which was made a national park in 1947. The model land company and a railroad built by Henry Flagler led to the partial drainage of this region.
Is it like Sunderbans?
I don't know.
Sunderbans?
This is the Everglades.
Oh.
Bradley was
Oh,
killed
no.
fighting poachers in the plumage industry who took these objects from animals like roseate spoonbills to use in fancy hats.
Feathers. Feathers.
Feathers is right. In 1930, this activist wrote about the murder of Bradley for the Saturday Evening Post. This woman's extensive pro-Everglades activism includes a 1947 book subtitled River of Grass.
This woman? I'm thinking Covenant already.
Smith.
It's Marjorie Stoneman
Bro,
Douglas.
I said 1947.
10 on the bonus.
Of course I'm saying India.
Toss up 3. In this story, a silky and effete doctor who counted for little is contrasted with a woman who counted for nearly everything. This story ends with a woman exclaiming, "I couldn't for the life of me," as a character makes himself toast. A woman suffers from a toothache in this story.
Srednivastar.
Srednivastar is good for 20.
Good job.
Nice. Let's go.
Your bonus. In radiotherapy, measurements of this quantity use water as a tissue equivalent when constructing percentage depth curves of it. For 10 points each, what quantity's absorbed type is measured in grays, as opposed to equivalent and effective types measured in sieverts?
Dosage.
Okay, yeah, that's good. To model the dose in radiotherapy, these scans are used to generate an internal model of the body. These scans, referred to with a 2-letter acronym, involves taking several X-ray measurements from different angles. CT. CT is correct. An experimental form of radiotherapy aimed at targeting small tumors uses this effect. In this effect, an atom emits an electron when a core electron vacancy is filled. Answer?
Phosphorescence.
It's the Auger effect.
That's fine. I guess
20 on the bonus. Toss of 4. Howard Markle's research into this event's escape communities, like Gunnison, Colorado, led to George W. Bush's policy of protective sequestration. Catherine Arnold's book on this event profiled FDR and the crew of USS Leviathan. Alfred Crosby's book on this forgotten W-shaped event examined Catherine Ann Porter's book Pale Horse, Pale Rider.
Wait, what? Yeah, I don't know.
Time. This event may have begun in Camp Funston, Kansas, and was exacerbated by a Liberty Loans parade in Philadelphia. This event killed Gustav Klimt and first gained attention when the uncensored press of a neutral country provided updates on Alfonso XIII's health. 10 points, 675,000 Americans were killed during what pandemic that began during World War I?
Spanish flu.
Spanish flu is good for 10.
Let's go. Let's go. Good, Bosco.
Your bonus. After this province's procurator, Gessius Florus, seized 17 talents in supposed unpaid taxes, residents mockingly pretended to collect alms for him. 10 points each. Name this Roman province where high taxation contributed to a 66 to 70 CE revolt that was suppressed by the future emperor Titus.
What did Titus?
Just go with the I don't know.
Answer?
Judea.
Judea is correct.
Nice.
Titus complained about the Emperor Vespasian's newly instituted tax on urine. Vespasian is said to have uttered this 3-word Latin phrase indicating that money is money regardless of its source. Give either the Latin or an English translation.
What?
Answer?
It still shines.
It's pecunia non olet, or money doesn't smell.
What?
Vespasian used the first Judaicus, a tax on all Jewish residents of the empire, to finance the reconstruction of a temple dedicated to this god on the Capitoline Hill in Rome. This was the chief god of the Roman pantheon.
Jupiter.
Yeah, I think so.
Jupiter is good for 20.
Let's go, guys.
Good.
Toss of 5.
Let's go.
Devices named for these events commonly contain a silicon carbide composite known as thyrite and are known as arresters. John Aaron ordered SCE to AUX to save the Apollo 12 mission after 2 of these events. These events, which come in types such as anvil crawlers, can form fractal patterns on the skin called Lichtenberg figures. These events can cause side splash injuries and are often preceded by a strong smell of ozone. The majority of boreal forest wildfires are caused by
Lightning strike.
lightning strikes. Good for 10.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
Your bonus. In 2010, Time controversially labeled Jonathan Franzen the creator of this concept, which titles a stream of consciousness work by William Carlos Williams. 10 points each. Name this concept, whose name was coined in an 1868 essay by John William DeForest, claiming that this concept had not yet been created.
The modern.
It's the Great American Novel. DeForest claims that the nearest approach to the Great American Novel is this anti-slavery novel by Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Uncle Tom's Cabin is correct. In this author's work, The Great American Novel, the Rupert Mundy's baseball team leases their stadium to the Department of War. In a novel by this author, the protagonist's daughter Mary bombs a post office. Roth is good for 20.
Good job.
Toss up 6. After a yellow fever epidemic, this man became the initial president of the first health department in the United States. While an officer during the Revolution, this man was court-martialed after the failed Penobscot expedition. The fruits of arbitrary power
What? Revere.
Revere is good for
Nice.
20.
Good buzz. That's fine. Good buzz.
Your bonus. An absence of this neurotransmitter may be treated using wakefulness-promoting agents such as modafinil. For 10 points each, name this peptide that promotes arousal and is produced by about 70,000 neurons in the hypothalamus. A deficiency of this peptide is the primary cause of narcolepsy.
Orexin.
Orexin.
Orexin is correct. Orexin is also involved in promoting this feeling. As orexin neurons are stimulated by ghrelin, this feeling's namesake hormone. In contrast, leptin suppresses this feeling.
Hunger.
Hunger is correct. Orexin also activates the brown type of this tissue, which generates heat by uncoupling the electron transport chain. This tissue stores energy in the form of triglycerides.
Let's go.
Fat is good for all 30. Toss-up 7. The morning after a mellow party in this novel, a character's disappearance is marked by her leaving behind a white turban and red dress. In this novel, a politician is described as having a great bull voice, but with no brain behind it to tell it what to say. In this novel, John is given £1,000 by a man who half-jokingly suggests to name a club after his Abraham Lincoln-obsessed son.
Like Cry the Beloved Country?
Cry the Beloved Country is correct for 10.
Yes.
Of course. Bonus. Alistair McIntyre's After Virtue claims that this movement's project of justifying the morality of the predecessor culture was doomed to fail. For 10 points each, what 17th and 18th century movement emphasized philosophical reason?
Like empiricism, I think, right?
No,
Answer?
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment is correct.
Oh, nice.
McIntyre claimed this book presents being moral as a radical choice since its author realized the Enlightenment project had failed. This book's 2 parts present the aesthetic and ethical ways of life.
Oh, that's either or, I think, right?
Either or.
Either or is correct.
Good.
McIntyre argued that just as Kierkegaard reacted to the failure of Kantian reason, Kant reacted to this thinker who grounded morality in the passions since reason is a slave to them.
Slave to passions? That could be. Oh, I think so.
Schopenhauer?
Hume.
Oh,
yikes. Okay.
20 on the bonus.
Good stuff.
Toss-up 8. A leader of this religion known as an Area 70 named Stephen C. Kerr supervised the first of their British pageants. A musical group sponsored by this religion first performed at a general conference and still perform on the Music and the Spoken Word broadcast. The website Family Search was built...
Just Mormonism?
Mormonism is good for 20.
Nice.
Your bonus. About 4,000 of one country's 12,000 crumble bridges at risk of falling down are part of this system. 10 points each. Name this German highway system that famously has no posted speed limits for much of the system.
Autobahn?
Autobahn is correct. In September 2024, the Carola Bridge spanning this river in Dresden collapsed. A Philharmonic Hall in Hamburg is named for this major river that flows into the North Sea.
Elba?
Elba is correct.
Nice.
The German economy suffered almost €2 billion in economic losses after the Ramada Valley Bridge in this state was closed and demolished for being unsafe in 2021. This state is in the heart of Europe's blue banana, has a capital at Dusseldorf.
Oh no, what is
Bavaria.
Answer?
No.
Bohemia.
It's Bohemia.
This is North Rhine-Westphalia.
Okay,
20
yeah,
on
that's
the
fine. You
bonus.
do it.
Toss-up 9. This is the first of 3 states to name Michael Bratman's theory of human reasoning, which inspired a software model of the same name. This state connects an activating event and its consequences in a 3-stage model of emotion used in CBT. Fulfilling 5 conditions caused this state to unusually increase after disconfirmation in a study of the seekers. A type of this state names a theory of mind task given to children that includes the Sally Ann test. Albert Bandura coined self-efficacy to describe one of these attitudes. Leon Festinger theorized that holding 2 of these attitudes...
Opinions?
No. That conflict causes cognitive dissonance. 10 points. Name the state in which one thinks something is true.
Belief?
Belief is correct for
Good.
10.
Yeah, why not?
Your bonus. Identify the following about novels that influenced writers from the Indian diaspora, for 10 points each. In the aftermath of a train crash, Ashoka clings to a page of the overcoat and later names his son Gogol in this author's novel The Namesake. She also wrote The Interpreter of Maladies.
Yeah, Lahiri.
Lahiri is correct. Title characters of this author's most recent novel meet when one of them sees the other reading Kawabata's Snow Country. Another of her novels compares the lives of the mountain-residing Sai and Biju, an illegal immigrant in the United States.
We could go like Seth.
Answer?
Seth?
Kiran Desai.
Oh,
This
yeah.
author used Onegin stanzas to write his novel in verse, The Golden Gate.
Seth.
Yes.
Alright.
Seth for
Good.
20.
Do it.
Toss-up 10. Altman and Czech won the 1989 Chemistry Nobel for showing the role of these molecules in cleaving the 5' leader and performing splicing in tetrahymena. The only known eukaryotic examples of switches formed by these molecules bind TPP to regulate gene expression. Examples of these molecules with hammerhead geometry can cleave themselves, motivating the theory of a world where these molecules...
RNAs?
RNAs is good for 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your bonus. A 4-sector red, yellow, white, and black symbol named a wheel, and this word is often represented by indigenous cultures' petroglyphs. 10 points each. Name this English word sometimes used to refer to 4 sacred herbs and to figures who extract stones and sticks from a person's body in many Native American cultures.
So 4 sacred.
Not a sage, right?
Just go like
Answer?
Gitchy.
Medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Black Elk was a medicine man among the Oglala branch of this tribe's Lakota subculture who consider the Milky Way to be the realm of the deceased.
Sioux.
Sioux is correct.
Nice.
Original language term required. Lakota medicine men are often referred to using this word, sometimes translated as great or sacred. It precedes Tonka in the name of the Lakota Great Spirit.
This might be it. I feel like I read like a mid-open toss-up, like Gitchy.
Wakan.
Okay. Sure.
So 10 on that bonus. And we're at the half.
I don't care.
Okay.
Yep.
60.
Let's go.
Okay. We'd like to protest toss up 9.
I think it's a
Alright.
tomato sauce at 9. The opinion.
Belief.
I have a comment. Yeah, it is a refi turn.
Do you have an argument?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was talking about something when you think something is true. That's an opinion.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
when
yeah.
they're talking about
Yeah,
cognitive,
like-
when you're talking about
So
cognitive,
both
like it was
coming
talking about
around to
cognitive
at least
dissonance. That's like you hold two conflicting opinions.
Opinion is not.
I think
I think opinion
I
is
can't.
also
I can't. I don't know about the very early clues, but for the late clues, I think they're synonymous.
Yeah.
And the given answer was opinions.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Accepted.
Yeah, accepted. We'll try that.
That's good.
So the toss up was describing. I think explicitly, it's a when you think that something is true. I think in this case, opinion and belief would be synonymous, and it was also describing cognitive dissonance, which is when you hold two conflicting opinions in your mind.
Okay, tough.
Just wait for him.
I even turned bro's mic on for once.
All right, bro.
Say QBRanks.live. While you have the chance, QBRanks. Bro. How do you go through his mic?
You guys have done it so much.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
I think the mics are still on right now. You can do it.
No, his is. 'cause
Yours is
ours
too.
aren't. Is it?
I don't
No.
know.
Oh, wait. No, that was him. Yeah.
Was it?
That was definitely him.
Are you sure?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so
There's some.
our argument would be that
Something
like
like that.
if any of the like works clue treat like beliefs as an opinion as a reified term or contrast them with beliefs, that should just be that would be like a reject if like if since beliefs like should be a reified term in at least some of the works clued in this context. I don't know. Let's just say things.
Belief is a real
It's like
Let's
it's
just say
an
things.
actual, like an established like
Yeah.
name for
Oh, okay,
something
okay.
instead of
Just a
just
real
what
term.
people call it.
Yeah.
It's a if.
Yeah. Yeah, we
It's probably right, yeah.
Guys, wait, no, we have to all touch luck. Let's go. I'll pass it on. No.
Okay, so that's
Let me push it down so that we have luck. Yeah, exactly.
Since that buzz was out of power,
Let it
the swing is 70
Someone's
points.
breathing.
What does that mean?
Have that in mind.
down 90, 70 points. Right?
Okay.
It's
90.
Guaranteed
yeah,
protest.
it is.
Let's go.
And
That's tough.
anything else that we need to handle before starting back up in the second half?
No.
Let's go.
Nope.
So let's go.
Let's go.
I'll do buffet then. It's
Let's
fine.
go.
It's actually been there.
Alright.
Cannot be worse than my Volch.
We'll begin with toss-up 11. After a character in this play points out another character's swollen veins, he replies that they are a sign of virility. Near the end of this play, a character turns on his radio, only to hear trumpeting coming from it. A woman in this play jumps out of a window because the stairwell in her...
Like rhinoceros?
Rhinoceros is correct for 20.
Good stuff.
He's so good.
Your bonus, Paul DiMaggio and Walter Powell argued that a set of 3 isomorphic processes leads to organizations being structured similarly in a paper about this metaphor revisited. 10 points each. In The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism, what 2-word metaphor is used to describe how people are trapped by the rationalization of society?
Oh my god, I should know this.
It's like, what is it like?
Answers?
Like efficiency cult?
Iron Cage.
Oh,
This
I don't know.
German sociologist
Yeah.
used the Iron Cage metaphor in The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism.
Weber?
Weber is correct. The Iron Cage metaphor and Weber more generally were introduced to the English-speaking world through this sociologist's infamously poor 1930 translation. He also wrote The Structure of Social Action.
The structure of social action.
I should know this.
Answer?
I'm at
Talcott Parsons.
I knew
10 on the bonus.
Let's go.
Toss up 12. This composer's suite, Jack in the Box, rapidly swaps between 2/4 and 3/4 time to mimic the actions of a clown. This velvet gentleman composed a set of Rosicrucian Danse Gothique during...
Satie.
Satie is good for 20.
Nice!
Your bonus. This artist added calligraphic borders to Hiroshige's Plum Park in Kamaido for 10 points each. Name this artist. Hiroshige's plum blossoms influenced this artist's series of paintings on flowering almond trees.
Who's the guy who's not? What's his name?
Oh, like Sergeant maybe.
Sergeant?
Van Gogh.
Oh,
Van Gogh
close.
also added borders
Oh.
to a Hiroshige print depicting a sudden shower over one of these objects. Two of these objects are depicted in yellow and red in the first and last prints of the 53 stations of the Tokaido.
A bridge.
Bridge is correct.
Nice.
Van Gogh copied Hiroshige's works after seeing his 36 views of this place, which looms over the background of Hokusai's Great Wave off Kanagawa.
Mount Fuji.
Yeah, I think so.
What's called by?
Yeah.
Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji is good for
Let's
20.
go.
Good.
Toss up 13. Biomimetic materials designed to accumulate the results of this process have been inspired by Stenokara beetles to use alternating polar bumps and non-polar valleys. In the lab, this process can be induced by a spiral-shaped device named for Thomas Graham. That device, for this process, has a higher internal surface area than one made of concentric tubes between which water flows and named for Justus von Liebig. After exiting the compressor, the working fluid undergoes this exothermic process and coils on the exterior of a refrigerator.
Condensation.
Condensation is right for 10.
Good. Nice.
Let's go.
Your bonus. Some practitioners disagree over whether perfumes containing denatured versions of this substance is haram. 10 points each. Name this general substance referred to as khamr, whose consumption in any amount is prohibited in one hadith.
Oh, is it blood, maybe?
Oh, it might be.
Answer?
Oh, wait, no, it's probably just alcohol.
Alcohol is right.
Oh,
Yeah.
This largest madhab argues that
protested
alcohol
blood
made from
Jesus.
grapes and dates are not included among the prohibited khamr. This school's founder taught Abu Yusuf and was cited by al-Shafi'i as the father of Islamic jurisprudence.
Where was Samir's ID? Ooh, that's tough. 12 O's.
It's Hanafi.
Great.
Many Sufi works of this type, known as Kamriya, were created in praise of wine. A set of 7 pre-Islamic works of this type were dubbed suspended or hanging for their location on the Kaaba.
Odes.
Odes is good for 20.
Oh, nice. I love hanging odes.
Toss up 14. An interim ruler of this city received news of the fall of an enemy city with a series of 8 beacons. After killing Chrysippus to please their mother, 2 brothers took refuge with King Sthenelus in this city. A king of the city got his brother exiled after tricking him into eating the flesh of his own children, causing that brother to rape his own daughter, Pelopia, to sire his son, Aegisthus. Athena ends a curse on the ruling family of this city, the house of Atreus, after placating the Furies in the Eumenides. Iphigenia's sacrifice is avenged by a queen of this city, Clytemnestra, who is later killed...
Troy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
I guess.
Sorry.
Killed by her son, Orestes. For 10 points, Agamemnon was the king of what city? Which names an ancient Greek civilization that used linear B?
Mycenae.
Mycenae is right for 10.
Let's go.
Nice.
Bonus. In a Kip Williams stage adaptation of this novel, Cynthia Erivo plays every role. 10 points each. Name this Bram Stoker novel in which Jonathan Harker's fiancée Mina is bitten by the title character.
I think it might be Dracula.
Dracula?
Dracula's right.
Nice.
Similarly to his Dracula, Williams used large screens for 2 actors to play all the roles in his adaptation of this work, whose title character slams a window on Utterson before he runs out of a particular salt and dies.
Wait, this is Jekyll and Hyde.
Sure.
Answer?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Dr. Jekyll and
Oh,
Mr. Hyde is right.
so good.
Williams directed this author's cross-gender and race cast Cloud 9, as well as her over 100 character play Love and Information. This author created the career woman Marlene in Top Girls.
Oh, that's. Oh my God, what's her name? Oh my God.
Answer?
Like. Oh.
Carol Churchill.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, 20 on the bonus. Toss up 15. Dennis Rohan claimed to have set fire to one of these places after reading Herbert W. Armstrong's magazine, The Plain Truth. In 1979, GIGN advisors provided tear gas to end a 2-week-long seizure of one of these places. Alongside Hasuni Kubwa, coral limestone was used for part of a now ruined one of these buildings in Kilwa. A stone was stolen from a grand one of these buildings by the Karmatians. The town of Iznik killed... Mosque is good for 10.
Oh, Kilwa Mosque. That's fine.
Your bonus. In medieval Cairo, there were as many as 73 of these institutions on a single street, covering the 4 main legal schools in Sunni Islam. 10 points each. Identify these institutions where law students lived and studied, often under the same teacher for up to 4 years. Give the Arabic term.
Oh,
Madras.
Okay.
No. I think so.
Answer?
Madrasa.
Madrasa is right. Yeah. This modern-day country's Jami at al-Qarawiyyin Madrasa dates to 859. King Muhammad V names a more modern university in this African country's capital of Rabat.
Morocco.
Morocco is right. During the reign of Malik Shah I, this man was responsible for establishing a system of madrasas from Baghdad to Balkh. This Seljuk vizier wrote a manual on statecraft known as the Siyasatnama.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not following this.
Nizam al-Mulk.
Yeah.
20 on the bonus. Toss-up 16. Climate change and high oxygen levels have led to an increase in smoldering events at these places, such as Chiquita Canyon in California. Recent studies have found leachate from these places to be a large source of PFAS. One of these places near a lagoon in Accra called Agbogbloshi that flouted the Basel Convention was where many migrants worked as pickers. The last of these places in New York City is now home to Fresh Kills Park. Since 2024, New Yorkers have had to containerize items bound...
Like a landfill?
Landfill is right for 10.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's right.
Your bonus. On a 2020 album, Vikinger Olafsson juxtaposed Debussy with this composer, ending with Debussy's homage to this composer from Image, Book 1. 10 points each. Name this French composer of Les Cyclopes, who also wrote the opera Les Indes Galantes.
Homage to Foray.
This is Rameau.
Oh, yeah.
In his 1722 treatise on harmony, Rameau popularized the term tonic and these two related terms, which respectively refer to the scale degrees a fifth above the tonic and a fifth below the tonic. Name either.
Dominant.
Dominant is right. Subdominant is the other. Unlike Olafsson, musicians like Trevor Pinnock might perform Les Cyclopes using this plucked keyboard instrument gradually replaced by the piano.
Harpsichord.
Harpsichord is good for 20.
Let's go.
Toss up 17.
Let's go.
A poem by an author with this surname ends, if the spirit was just, why did the maid weep? A poet with this surname declared, Monody shall not wake the mariner, in a poem commemorating an earlier author.
Crane.
Crane is correct for 20.
Nice.
Your bonus. A type of complex named for structures of this letter includes the arenium ion formed during an electrophilic aromatic substitution. For 10 points each, structures named for what letter make up the initial 2D framework when determining molecular structure in the LCAO method.
This game. Alpha.
Sigma. Erich Hückel used the LCAO method to describe molecules with this property, which have 4n plus 2 pi electrons inside a ring. Molecules with this property, like benzene, are named for their pleasant odors. Aromatic is correct. Aromatic molecules are among those with non-integer values of this quantity, which equals the number of pairs of electrons shared between atoms in a covalent bond.
Bond order?
What was that?
Bond order.
It's oh wait, bond order?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Let's go.
Toss of 18. This person was the later reigning of two Dachin rulers known to the Han dynasty as Andun. The De Bello Partico was written to advise this general during a 4-day holiday he took at Alceum. The Columna Centenaria celebrates a miracle of the rain that saved this commander's Fulminata legion from the Quadi. Believing he was dead, Egyptian prefect Avidius Cassius launched a revolt against this ruler. Galen described a 2nd century plague that probably killed this emperor's...
Justinian.
No.
Wait, oh, there's already a toss-up. Yikes.
Co-ruler Lucius Verus. Historians typically date the end of Pax Romana to when this ruler was succeeded by his biological son Commodus. For 10 points, what last of the 5 good emperors wrote the Stoic text Meditations?
Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius is correct for 10. Your bonus. Note to players, 2 answers required. These are the 2 heaviest elements that are found in Cowlinite. 10 points each. Name these 2 elements which are present alongside oxygen in feldspars.
Silicon and calcium maybe?
Answer?
Silicon and calcium.
Silicon and aluminum.
Okay.
Feldspars and quartz are the most abundant minerals in this rock. This felsic igneous rock makes up a significant portion of the continental crust and is used in namesake countertops.
Granite.
Sure.
Granite's correct.
Yeah.
Silicon and aluminum are abundant in rocks in the Sial layer found within this layer. This layer is found above a ductile and viscous layer of the upper mantle that gives this layer its flexibility.
Which one is it? Lithosphere. Asthenosphere. Which one?
I don't know.
Asthenosphere.
Lithosphere.
Oops.
10 on the bonus. Toss of 19. Bill Evans repeatedly played a song that is originally from this work while grieving Scott LaFaro's death. Gil Evans wrote Gone for an album by Miles Davis based on this work, whose first track is Buzzard Song. In their last album, Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald covered songs from this work, such as one that lists things that you're liable to read in the Bible. Billie Holiday made.
Wait, what? Porgy and Bess?
Porgy and Bess for 20.
Good power.
No way.
20?
Your bonus. A character in this novel baffles
so.
Remigio by correctly deducing that a horse is named Brunellius. 10 points each. Name this novel in which Venantius's body is found in a vat of pig's blood, having been killed using a poisoned book by Jorge of Burgos.
The Name of the Rose.
The Name of the Rose is correct. William of Baskerville and Adso of Melk investigate a string of mysterious deaths at a Benedictine monastery in this Italian author's novel, The Name of the Rose.
Echo.
Echo is correct. This other historical order's use of telluric currents is the subject of The Plan, the conspiracy at the center of Echo's novel, Foucault's Pendulum.
Wait. This is bad. Templar. Knights Templar.
Knights Templar is good for all 30. Toss up the last. These entities have phases proportional to 1 over h bar and represent histories that each contribute in one interpretation of quantum mechanics. By Hamilton's principle, a system may be described using one of these entities that is a stationary point of the functional S. These entities represent the possible ways a system can evolve through phase space, with the one chosen being the single unique example that satisfies the principle of least action. Richard Feynman formulated an interpretation of quantum mechanics which integrates over every possible one of these things. A particle launched at an angle will follow a parabolic trajectory. Trajectory is good for 10.
I was not thinking anything.
It's good bonus. Black loyalists immigrating to this country planted a historic cotton tree in its current capital. 10 points each. Name this West African country where groups like the RUF sold blood diamonds. Liberia intervened in this neighboring country's bloody civil war, which involved fighting in Freetown.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone is correct. Freetown was also settled by these people after they were deported from Cujo's town. Queen Nanny was a leader of these groups of escaped slaves in Jamaica.
Yeah. Maroons.
Maroons is correct.
If we don't
in the 1780s, this man and Ignatius Sancho funded a committee to settle poor blacks in Sierra Leone. This man recounted his travels with Michael Pascal and life among the Igbo in an interesting narrative.
Oh, Equiano. You guys suck. Equiano.
Equiano for all 30.
QBranks.live. QBranks.live predicted the results of this game.
All right,
Yikes.
final score? Yeah.
That was a really commanding win by Park Tudor over Chapel Hill. The final score of 370 to 270 isn't quite going to reflect the fact that really Park Tudor had control of this game for most of it. They had 8 unanswered toss-ups, 4 before the half, then 4 more after the half. A really dominant run, and then Evan Ting locked it up with a clutch poetry buzz on Hart Cranes. I want to say that's Hart Cranes at Melville's Tomb to lock it up on toss-up 17. Just a great game from them.
Yeah, really strong play from Park Tudor. Going on an 8-0 run in the middle of a packet is always just incredible. And then they were just able to sit back and go for the clincher when they needed it.
Yeah, I mean, they only ended up with 11 toss-ups. Chapel Hill ended up being pretty competitive in the rest of the game. It was just that one run. And also, so we are going to now cut to Samir Sarma, who is going to have us hear from Park Tudor with more about how they won that game.
All right, could y'all come a tiny bit closer? All right, I am here now with Park Tudor, our official 3rd place winners at NSC. Just as another recap, can you do the same thing? Say your names and your grades, please.
I'm Evan Ting, and I'm a rising junior.
I'm Gavin. I'm a rising junior.
I'm Evan Daly. I'm a rising senior.
I'm Ava. I'm a rising sophomore.
All right, first of all, again, congratulations on your win. Now that NSC is over, it's done and dusted, you've taken home the 3rd place trophy. What emotions are you feeling right now? How have the past 2 days been for you? Quizbowl-wise, social-wise, everything.
Honestly, I feel like it's been pretty chill. I've enjoyed the set, but since we're playing Unfold, we really weren't expecting this much, and to finish higher than we did at HSNCT while playing Unfold really surprised us. So we were just having fun today. We started today, I kid you not, with the goal of winning 1 game. And we thought that was a pretty realistic goal. So yeah, safe to say I feel pretty happy.
Yeah, I've really just been able to savor a lot of the moments. You know, like Evan said, we didn't have that high of expectations, so I think being able to take these wins, take these good buzzes, take these great team moments has just been really fun over this entire weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just repeat what they said. We came into this tournament, we didn't really know what was going to happen. We knew that there was a chance we did very well, but we also were expecting maybe not to. We came in here to have fun, and I think it's worked out well, and I'm happy.
I feel like playing this, especially with these people, given they're all like really good at Quizbowl, has given me a lot of motivation to improve, and like I'm looking forward for next season.
I love that for y'all. Now, for those of us who have been following the high school competitive circuit and the middle school circuit, will be familiar with Eventine. You have been very good for quite a while, quite a few years now. But at NSC, you've had amazing science support from Gavin, literature and miscellaneous support from Evan and Ava. And it's no secret that, you know, in addition to being a great generalist, you've had amazing second, third, and fourth scorers. So I want to give each of y'all to say, for Evan specifically, how do you approach preparing and becoming such a great generalist? And then for the rest of you three, how do you see the importance of having category support for, and what advice would you give to other second, third, and fourth scorers?
So honestly, like now that I play on like a pretty high level high school team, I've just called like basically like my best like 8-8 of the distribution. I like actively study with and I just try to like practice on hard stuff. Like for example, and even out of category, I try to occasionally practice hard stuff. Like I got like a AFA power over Gavin today from like reading an old ACF Nats question where that clue was like for 10 points. So yeah, study open stats.
So in terms of like being a great support player, I'd say, I mean, first thing is just to find whatever you're interested in. Like, you're not gonna have the same interest as the generalist or the great player that you're playing with. So I think being able to really hone in on a specialty that you enjoy is one way to be a great support player. Another thing is just, you know, taking every opportunity to learn. You know, like, it's not just like databasing or reading old packets to learn. It's about enjoying it outside, like YouTube videos or books or other things like that nature.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree with everything that's been said so far. I think, though, it is important also to have a lot of faith in your teammates. I trust my teammates a lot to be able to get their categories and to know what they're doing. And I think they would say the same about me, where I don't feel pressured to be able to buzz on science because I know that other people on the team are able to do it. So I'm very confident in just sticking with what I'm already good at and getting better at that.
Basically what was said already. I feel like I'm a little new to this, so I don't really have any good advice, but I'm grateful to be here.
And finally, if you could give one piece of advice to the quiz bowlers watching at home and to the rest of the quiz bowlers who might be in the audience, what advice would you give to other quiz bowlers out there in the community?
Just if you want to improve, be consistent, play lots of tournaments. Like getting exposure is really important, and like you have to grind that much day by day. Just be consistent, and you'll make big results. And just enjoy the process, learn stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, like Evan said, enjoy the process. Part of that, success doesn't always come when or where you expect it. You know, even in losses, you're always learning. Even in tough moments, there's always things to get out. Even like when you're not winning, there's still great moments in Quizbowl where you're enjoying it with other people, and that's where growth comes, and that's where results will come later.
Yeah, I think I just say, like, have fun. At the end of the day, it's a game about having fun and going out and showing what you can do. And I think over the course of the year, I've really learned the importance of being able to have fun even when you're in a losing position and even when you're really disadvantaged in a game. And I think that makes all the difference sometimes.
I'd say like being kind and having good sportsmanship are like some of the most important things about Quizbowl. And like, yeah, just be nice to people. It works out usually.
So true.
All very sage pieces of advice from such young, bright minds. Congratulations, Park Tutor, again on your win, and we'll cut back to you, Dylan and Forrest.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for that interview, Samir. It's great to hear from all the members of Park Tutor. That was really, as they were saying, a team effort in their win. 3 of their players, both Evans and Gavin, powered toss-ups in the game. Each Evan had 2 powers, and then their 4th scorer, Ava, had an impressive pull on that bonus part on Jekyll and Hyde. She's only a freshman, so we have to assume she'll be getting a lot more impressive bonus pulls and buzzes in the years to come.
Yeah, just a really strong performance. Do you have anything on bonus conversion that you can see immediately?
I mean, not really. I think they both did a pretty solid job. In some of the previous games we saw, there were a couple of instances of sloppy play where teams maybe missed parts that they should have gotten. Like in the fifth place game, the two of the first three easy parts were missed, but these teams both felt pretty locked in. I didn't really think there were many mistakes. It was just an instance of maybe Park Tudor hitting more questions that they knew.
Yeah, perhaps some nerves early in the packet with the
Oh, that's
first
true. The
toss-up
first
going
toss-up.
dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a pretty hard answer line, but it is a thing that you gotta know. You do gotta know about gravitational lensing.
For sure.
Yeah. So we should be soon-ish having the award ceremony whenever our illustrious Supreme Leader and President Arthur Ramsey gets here. We will hand out trophies for the top 16 teams, trophies for the top 8 All-Stars, and then of course we will have the All-Star game. Very excited about that. Well, Dylan, could you explain just what the All-Star game means for this event?
The All-Star game is the eight of the very best players at this tournament competing on mixed squads on some very special and very entertaining questions that we have prepared. It's always full of laughs. It always gets the crowd going. The kids playing love it, and I can't wait. The riders have cooked up this year.
Yeah, the All-Star game questions are usually pretty silly, things that wouldn't fly in a normal tournament. Some perhaps illustrative examples are, in the past, I know we've had an action toss-up on the stage direction exit pursued by a bear from A Winter's Tale. A few years ago, we had a toss-up on Tungsten Arm O'Doyle. If you know, you know. What's your favorite All-Star game question in
My
history?
all-time favorite All-Star game toss-up is a toss-up on the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment, where you received more points the longer you waited to buzz.
That's really good. Was it like continuously
It
increasing?
had like 10 separate power marks indicating the amount of points you
Oh my
received.
God! Wait, that's actually genius. So, for those watching at home who aren't familiar, what's the marshmallow experiment?
So this was a experiment done at Stanford by the psychologist Walter Mischel, where he tested how much children were willing to, if there was a marshmallow in the room, whether they would decide to eat the marshmallow or wait long enough. And if they waited long enough without eating the marshmallow, they would receive 2 marshmallows. So it was a study in the ability to delay gratification in young children and whether that has an impact on like their development going forward.
Yeah. So, do you remember what happened? Do you remember where it got buzzed?
I believe it got buzzed early or midway through, like a normal toss-up.
Oh, so they didn't get many points.
And then Rob Carson, who was reading at the time, said something like, "You have received 13 points." Explained the conceived question to the crowd.
I don't know if we'd even be able to do that on our electronic score bug. I mean, we are going to keep score in the All-Star game, just like a normal game. People will be playing on mixed teams where I believe each team will have 2 of the individual All-Stars, and 2 of the lead scorers on the top 4 teams.
It's gonna be a special match for sure.
Yeah, well, not so much a night, but you know. Yeah, I mean, this is really just, I mean, I think it's the really fun part of the tournament. Obviously, Hard Academic Quizbowl is very fun. I've been having fun ever since I touched down in Chicago. But, you know, this is the part where all the important stuff is done. You know, there are no stakes. We just get to spend a lot of time recognizing people for their achievements and, yeah, having a lot of fun.
Take off your shoes, relax, perhaps celebrate because you already just finished in the top 4 of a national tournament or won a top 4 scoring award, and go have some fun with friends new and old.
Yeah. So, I currently don't see our illustrious Supreme Leader Arthur Ramsey, which means we're probably going to have to wait a little while. So maybe now is a good time to have a bit of a, oh, well, I see Arthur, so maybe we have a few minutes, but it'll be a good time to get, I think, a retrospective on the tournament as a whole. So, Dylan, what do you think is the, like, overarching narrative of what we've seen over the past 2 days?
We saw a lot of high-level Quizbowl. We saw the youth movement that we have been seeing throughout the year continue to grow strong. I think we saw 2 teams at the tippy top of the pyramid in Lexington and Lake County Academic, and then a whole crowd of teams right below that could easily get up there next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Lexington are going to have to go home feeling very, very good about themselves. They've gone undefeated for the first time, since, I forget exactly when, but sometime last decade. So it's been a very long time. They had a really dominant performance, but really, I mean, of course, it's cliched to say this, but everybody on every team has played a great tournament of Quizbowl. You know, these are the best teams in the country. Even making it here is a huge accomplishment, and they've all showed throughout these past few days that they're all capable of doing very well on any given question.
I believe this is also the first ever high school Quizbowl National Championship won by a school from the New England region.
Really? The entirety of New England?
That is what I was told earlier.
Wow, I mean, that's kind of embarrassing for us, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I mean, New England's had so many good teams over the years, but it's very nice to see Lexington finally get us over the hump. And also Belmont from Massachusetts finishing also in the top 10. So the Massachusetts circuit, the Northeast in general, is of course very strong. It'll be strong again next year. So yeah, nice to get, I guess I don't normally think of Boston teams as geographic diversity in Quizbowl, but I guess it is.
Yeah, there's certainly a strong enough New England circuit, but it doesn't draw the numbers that like Illinois and the Mid-Atlantic
Well,
do.
sure. I mean, Illinois is, you know, basically they're operating on easy mode, but, you know, other regions have been able to steal wins from time to time. I guess this is New England's turn, and maybe they'll have a chance to win another 1 or 2 tournaments next year.
I believe none of them are graduating.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
none of them are graduating.
Yeah, they're probably thinking, time to run it back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other thing about Lexington is they're sort of a PACE team or an MACF team. Their category coverage has a lot of emphasis on fine arts and RMPSS, or that being religion, mythology, philosophy, social science, categories that are more prominent at PACE here. Yeah, so they will probably expect to run it back here and maybe try to do better than their second place finish at HSNCT. I guess the other main narrative, as you said, being the youth movement more generally, is going to also raise some questions for what will happen next year. Of course, because Lexington is going to want to defend their trophy, everybody else is going to want to take it away from them. So is there anything that you can do? Let's say you're, I don't know, you're someone from Park Tudor or from Strike Jesuit, and you want to know, like, how can you get over the hump? How can you become better than Lexington while they're still trying to improve? What can you do?
I mean, you're kind of in an arms race. So at the end of the day, like, keep studying, play hard questions. I think it's very important that you play questions with your team.
Absolutely.
Practice or an online practice, just to get a sense of the strategic element as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, getting a lot of practice over the summer is, of course, very important. But there are also other ways for players to improve over the summer. For example, there's Chicago Open, which is the hardest tournament in all of Quizbowl. Evan Ting is registered to play, which is really impressive. It's very rare for a high schooler to play it, so that should give him a lot of good experience. And yeah, we're looking forward to the summer of Quizbowl. But now it's time for us to cut away to President Arthur Ramsey, who is going to start the award ceremony. Take it away.
Okay. Okay. Hello? Thank you. Thank you. We're going to get started with the All-Stars game soon. I'm going to go through some awards. All right. Our 8 All-Stars, the top 8 overall scorers in preliminary rounds. These ties are broken by the number of powers. This year's All-Stars in reverse order. In 8th place with 106 PPG and 6 powers from Compass Homeschool in Herndon, Virginia, we have Houghton Nepple. Yes, you'll come up to the front, we'll give you your medal, and you'll take a picture with Arthur. In 7th place with 106 PPG and 8 powers from Northside College Preparatory High School in Chicago, Illinois, we have Winnie Nutkowitz. In 6th place with 106 PPG and 14 powers from Parkway West High School in Baldwin, Missouri, we have Soham Ray. In 5th place with 116 PPG from Lexington High School in Lexington, Massachusetts, we have Shashir Bharadwaj. In 4th place with 118 PPG from Northview High School in Johns Creek, Georgia, we have Shihan Banka. In 3rd place with 140 PPG from Klassen School of Advanced Studies in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, we have Shrikar Vaja. In 2nd place with 142 PPG from Hazen High School in Renton, we have Patrick Finan. And in 1st place with 146 PPG from Baton Rouge Magnet High School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we have Bhaskar Murthy. I'll give them a few minutes or a few seconds. I'll talk about Rising Stars next. Rising Stars are the top individual players in 9th or 10th grade, ranked by PPG, then number of powers. In 4th place with 100 PPG from Saratoga, we have Arjun Vijayakumar. In 3rd place with 100, yeah, you'll go up to the front if I called your name. In 3rd place with 102 PPG from Walter Payton College Prep A, we have Simra Kuche. In 2nd place with 118 PPG from Northview, we have Shihan Banka. And in 1st place with 146 PPG from Baton Rouge Magnet, we have Bhaskar Murthy. All right. In the JV division for teams with students in 10th grade or below only, we would like to recognize 3rd through 1st place. So in 3rd place from Lincolnshire, Illinois, we have Lake County Academic Team B. I'll wait a second. All right. In 2nd place from Livingston, New Jersey, we have Livingston B. And in 1st place from Saratoga, California, we have Saratoga. Yes, if I called your team, you'll come up as well. And then for the small school division, we only award first place given the number of small schools that competed. So in first place, we have from Westwood, Massachusetts, Westwood. All right. Lastly, we would like to recognize the overall teams in 16th through first place. In 16th, from Houston, Texas, we have Strake Jesuit B. In 15th, from Chicago, Illinois, we have Walter Payton A. In 14th, from Suwanee, Georgia, we have Lambert A. In 13th, from Livingston, New Jersey, we have Livingston A. In 12th, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we have Baton Rouge Magnet. In 11th, from Saratoga, California, we have Saratoga. In 10th, from Silver Spring, Maryland, we have Montgomery Blair A. In 9th, from Johns Creek, Georgia, we have Northview. In 8th, from Belmont, Massachusetts, we have Belmont A. In 7th, from Johns Creek, Georgia, we have Johns Creek. I'll stop here for a bit and let the line die down. Oh, okay. Not yet. Lake County B, if you are in this room, please raise your hands. Lake County B. Lake County A, if you are in the room, raise your hands.
Folks, do I have anyone from Lake County in the room? Great. Lake County B, come on over. You did not pick up your trophy.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and resume. So we left off on 7th place, now that the line has died down. In 6th place, right. In 6th place from Hoover, Alabama, we have Hoover. In 5th place from Houston, Texas, we have Strake Jesuit A. In 4th place from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, we have Chapel Hill. In 3rd place from Indianapolis, Indiana, we have Park Tudor. In 2nd place from Lincolnshire, Illinois, we have Lake County Academic Team A. I'll build suspense for the champion. Yeah, this is going to be the last one. This is the last one. Yeah. All right. So if I could have everybody's attention, please. Thank you, Andrew. All right. I hope you all have had a great time. I'd like to announce the 2026 PACE NSC champion. As the champions from Lexington, Massachusetts, we have Lexington.
All right, folks, we're going to let these teams finish up with their photos, and then we're going to get right into the All-Star game. I need the teams that finished 1st through 4th, which should all be right in this line, to also listen up closely. The way the All-Star game works is there are 2 teams of 4 players each, just like pretty much all of the rest of the matches you've played this weekend. In the All-Star game, we take the highest score. We only look at scores from the preliminary rounds. We don't look at playoffs or super playoffs. We take the highest scoring individual players and the highest scoring players on each of the top 4 final placement teams. If there are any of those 8 players that are missing, we then continue down the list on the individual side, not the team side. So I'm going to call out players' names. I would like those players to come over to this side of the stage where I'm pointing, so we can make sure we have everyone here. I need, starting with Shihan Banka, Shrikar Vaja, Padraig Finan, and Bhaskar Murthy. I need those 4 players to go stand on that side of the stage. All of you should be in here because I've already given you all awards today. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3. And I see 4. All right. And then from the 4th place team, once they have taken their photo, from the 4th and 3rd place teams, once they've taken their photo, I need Evan Ting from Park Tudor, I need Robert Wisdom from Chapel Hill to go over to that side of the stage. I then also need, once done taking their photo, I need Spencer Manning, now that you're done taking your photo, to go to the other side of the stage, please. And then from Lexington, after you're done with your photo, Shashir, I need you on that side of the stage as well. You can go up and over, that's fine. You're going to be on stage. Well, I'm starting by putting you all in one place. So all of you stay right there. So I've got Shashir. All right. All stars. Folks, listen up. Do I have Shihan? Right here. Shrikar. Here. Padraig. Here. Bhaskar. Yep. Spencer. Here. Robert. Here. Evan. Here. Okay. And then I've got Shashir once he comes over. Okay. Here's how teams work. For those of you that have not done this, raise your hand if you've been in the All-Star game before. Okay, I knew there was at least one of you. So.
And also Shashir.
Yes. We snake seed you from these 2 opposite pools. So the 2nd and 3rd place overall on prelim scores, which are Padraig and Shrikar, play with the 1st and 4th place overall, for 1st and 4th place team high scores.
So it's me, Shrikar, Shashir, and Ravi.
Chapel Hill came in 3rd, yes? 4th. So then it is Evan, Spencer, Shihan, Bhaskar on one team, Shrikar, Padraig, Shashir on the other side, yes. It does not matter which side is which. All right. It matter. Wait. Before you come on stage, hold on. Okay. So again, on one side is Bhaskar Murthy, Shihan Banka, Spencer Manning, and which team was 3rd place? Park Tudor or Chapel Hill? Park Tudor. And Evan Ting. So those 4 of you go to stand over here for right now. Where did other 4 of you come over here? So this should be Robert, Padraig, Shrikar, Shashir. Okay. All right. Here's how this is going to work. You each, folks, listen up. You each pick a team name. You come up with that on your own. You each pick a charity. I'm going to give you each a list of charities to choose from. You are playing for money for charity. You do not donate the money. Pace donates the money. The winning team gets $500 donated to the charity of their choice. The losing team gets $100 donated to the charity of their choice. You will also each pick a coach. That coach can be one of your parents, it can be a staffer, it can be a coach from one of your teams, it can be whoever you want. You do have to ask me first for clearance before you pick a coach.
Can we do a player at this tournament?
You have to ask me first. You have to figure out who you want, and then you have to ask me.
Wait, what is the coach for?
For the purposes of timeout and stuff like that, you are welcome to have a coach. It's part of the thing. You can ask your teammate if your teammate is willing to be your coach.
Monita's willing to be our coach.
Okay, fine.
I need team names and charities.
Yep, they're working on that right now. I'm gonna get you the charity list.
Are we still doing the Nixon 4? Sure.
You want to be Nixon?
I would just be here.
You come up with your team names. I'm gonna get you the list of charities you can choose from.
Ava said that she'll be our coach.
Fantastic. I need the charity lists. I need the charity lists.
You need a what?
Are the charity lists down here? I printed out 3 of them. Are they on the other table? I had the printouts to give the teams. Oh, did I give them all to Hari? I gave them all to Hari. Who is where? Hari Paramaswaran. I need the charity lists. So, the teams are currently deliberating their team names. The teams are all... Folks, listen up. The teams for the All-Star Game are currently choosing their team names, their coaches, and the charities that they're playing for. The team that wins the All-Star Game will have $500 donated by Pace to the charity of their choice. The team that loses the All-Star Game will have $100 donated to the charity of their choice. The charities are from a pre-selected list that Pace provides to the teams. Once they have figured that out, they will come up onto the stage, they will take their seats, and we will get the ball rolling. The moderator for the All-Star Game will be Pace Vice President of Editing and Head Editor of the 2026 NSC set, Mr. Hari Paramaswaran. Hari, please stand. All right, teams, are we ready? Okay, once you're ready, then you'll send them up. As soon as the teams are ready, they're going to come up and tell us some information. I'm handing this to one of you because I'm done talking, I guess. Here's the extra charity list. You need to print a copy.
Okay, perfect. All right. I just want to say congratulations to all the All-Stars for making it here to the All-Star game and for playing so well at the NSC. The NSC All-Star game has been a tradition since I don't actually know, at least since I've been playing Quizbowl. So I hope you all enjoy it. You guys have just survived 16 rounds of some of the toughest high school Quizbowl questions there are. Now it's time for something a little lighter, I guess, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So the rules for the All-Star game are the standard pace NSC rules with some modifications, let's say. You guys, as I understand it, have each selected a coach to be a coach for your team. They can call one timeout as you desire. There are some number of questions in this packet. I don't know how many there are exactly. You will find out along with me. What else do I need to go over? Yes, before that. Protests, you can protest any of the questions if you want. The protests will be ruled on by our protest committee, Arthur, our TD, and Anna, our assistant TD. Other than that, I will go ahead and introduce the teams. So the team on my right is Richard Nix in 4. I think there was a longer team name, but it was kind of long. But and then the team on my right, I have Visceral Absurdists. Richard Nix in 4 will be playing for the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, and Visceral Absurdists will be playing for Matt's Buzzers. All right. With that all in mind, are both teams ready to start the All-Star game? Oh yeah, let's do a buzzer check, starting with okay. Best of luck to both teams. The first toss-up, I need 2 answers. During a year consisting of these 2 numbers, Lucius... I'm sorry, that's not right. You get 2 buzzes. So all right, I'll start over. During a year consisting of these 2 numbers, Lucius Antoninus Saturninus incited a revolt that was quickly put down by Norbanus and Trajan. These 2 numbers make up a Taiwanese derogatory slang phrase for young men of lower economic status. These 2 numbers are the roots of the polynomial x cubed minus 25x squared plus 208x minus 576. You can do the math. In the decimal expansion of pi, these 2 numbers immediately follow the first instance. No, sorry. First instance of the sequence 6535. These 2 numbers are the last 2 numbers of the year in which Operation Yellowbird started and the Tank Man photo was taken. For 10 points, a viral video features the Grinch saying what 2 numbers in response to the 6-7 meme. 8-9 is correct.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, no, I was.
Let's go. But we had to do it.
I was
we had to
plotting.
do it for the memes.
Okay, look.
Culture.
Toss-up 2. A gentleman's club in this town was the endpoint of Top Gear's Budget Supercars Challenge. A 1950s experiment in this town proved the efficacy of light-controlled crosswalks and other safety traffic safety measures. This town's trading estate and early business park was protested in a John Betjeman poem beginning, "Come, friendly bombs, and fall on."
Slaw.
That's a great buzz. Slaw is correct for 20 points.
Is that just a normal toss up?
What's that?
Slough. Like the Betjeman, like you know who Betjeman was, right?
Toss-up 3.
Bad ball. No,
The chorus of a song in this non-English language begins with the melismas low F sharp to high F sharp, E to F sharp, C sharp to E to C sharp to E, F sharp, as the singer describes snowflakes drifting. A character dons a blue cowboy hat and Jimmy Johnson branded jacket and switches from speaking this language to English after being forced to eat a cheeseburger. A well-dressed TikToker teaches people how to say brain rotted.
Like Mandarin Chinese?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Let's go.
Chinese is correct.
What are these from, bro?
I guess, bro.
It's a crazy.
For 20 points.
My teammates are tough.
Toss-up 4. Fan names for situations that have occurred on this show include Faith Love and Stratton's Dilemma. An off-meme moment in this show included a clip of Jimmy McGuire at Minneapolis's U.S. Bank Stadium discussing the Purple People Eaters. An episode of Cheers that popularized the phrase, 3 people who have never been in my kitchen, involved Cliff Clavin getting a dream board while on this show. On this show, a BYU alumnus ended his streak of 70...
Jeopardy?
No, sorry.
Oh, wait.
A BYU alumnus ended his streak of 75 consecutive appearances with a loss against Nancy Zerg, but
What is Jeopardy?
What is Jeopardy is correct.
Oh, he's so good.
Good word,
And
good
point.
word.
Go.
Bro, how do you
Good
parse
teamwork,
that?
guys.
How am I He's a supposed to know genius. that?
We needed that to get that.
Yeah, good teamwork. Good teamwork.
Good job. Good job.
Toss-up 5. A member of this group named Ungu led volunteers in sinking an invading ship by burning it with firewood. One member of this group denied having the ability to fold space, which another claimed to have used in battle to deceive his enemies. The story of Tang Un inspired a myth about a star rising to signal the birth of a member of this group on Mount Pektu, where another...
Like the Kim family?
The Kim family is correct for 10 points.
That's regular.
You know
That's
that?
just a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like.
Oh,
It's
That's just
really
his.
dumb.
Okay, is this better?
That's just a normal toss.
Yeah. Wait, what? We gotta lock in. We got
North
turn
Korea.
things around.
Oh, what is it?
They're from North Korea.
They're
North
from
Korean
North
mythology.
Korea. Okay. Wait, why am I?
These are just real clues. This is just a normal game of Quizbowl.
It's okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
All right, lock in.
like this? Is that good?
Yeah, I assumed we'd have like.
Is my audio okay? 5. It's not a slap, but Will Smith went viral for performing the worst ever one of these actions in promotion for his film After Earth. Breaking a curse around performing this action is central to the first act of James Graham's play Dear England. During a 1994 performance at Soldier Field, Diana Ross was booed after failing.
Like taking a penalty kick.
Taking a penalty kick is correct for 20 points.
Yeah, fairs, bro.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Time out.
We need
Time
Oscar
out.
more
Timeout has been called by
Wait,
Richard Nixon 4.
Were they cluing like? Were they?
Hey,
cluing
bro,
Peter
we got
Heinze
lucky.
like-
Yo, come.
I
Fairs, bro, fairs. What can I do?
Oscar, bro, you're fine.
There's a reason he's number 1 scorer.
Alright, what do we do? What do we do?
Hey, Ava.
He knows too much.
We have to turn something around.
Bro, fairs. Yeah, everybody come, bro. Everybody come.
Hey,
Andy, you want to come too?
Alright, what are we doing?
Samir.
Our charity is winning.
We need to be more aggressive. Let's go. Are these people all coaches?
I'm crying.
I think it's okay
Oh
to say
my
it is.
God.
Wait, put on the
Thank you.
sunglasses. Put on the sunglasses. Put on the
Sunglasses?
Wait,
Alright, let me go. Let's
Take
go.
all the glasses.
Yes, we are winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
We need to wait. Someone get him sunglasses.
go.
Respect.
These are not-
Respect.
no.
Okay, can we have all non-players exit the stage, please? Okay.
their side.
Oh wait, they're
Yo.
Okay.
It might be.
Okay. Currently. Okay. Currently, Visceral Absurdists is mogging Richard Nixon 4, 80 to 10. Will this timeout change anything? We'll find out with toss-up 6. According to a 2015 tweet, one future holder of this position was informed about another future holder of this position by Sean King. After an assassination attempt on a holder of this position, his wife gets injured and dies in the hospital after having an allergic reaction to pineapple juice. Christophe Sava testifies that a holder of this position covered up the explosion of the Northern Star, which led to his succession by Sheila Rivera, who currently holds this position. Jacques Duquesne was prosecuted and found guilty by the Safer Streets initiative passed by a holder of this position.
No. Mayor of Rosemont, no.
Sorry, that's not right.
We had a joke on this.
While a holder of this position is on the witness stand, Matthew Murdoch reveals his secret identity. Mayor of New York City is correct.
Good.
Nice.
Wait, why is that in
I don't
the
know what.
All-Star?
For 10.
I don't know.
I just know.
Good job.
Mayor's of Rosemont, bro.
Toss-up 7. This artist painted a man in a red shirt below a rock outcropping where 3 people are seated in Cap d'Ale, Alpes-Maritime. This composer worked with Joe Sturdy and Elizabeth Nell on many of his most famous works. This artist described the title subject as a friend who makes no undue demands and painting as a pastime. This artist painted the tower of the Kotobia Mosque while staying at the Villa Taylor in Morocco with a man he told, "I have nothing to conceal," after being spotted naked. Many paintings by this artist depicting the Chartwell estate appear at a 2026 exhibition at the Wallace Collection. Some depictions of this artist show him wearing a bowler hat and smoking a cigar while seated next to other members of the Big Three.
Okay. Or Orlando.
No, sorry.
J. Cole?
J. Cole is not right. For 10 points,
Churchill.
Churchill is correct.
Sorry,
Big three.
Yes. That's the first accent we talked about.
Protest?
That's actually cool.
Toss-up
Also called
8.
Churchill via Phelan.
This guy did what some have termed a reverse Fausto Carmona by signing as a prospect under the boring false name Julio Reyes instead of his much cooler actual name. This guy and Danny Herrera were traded. Edinson Lopez is correct for 20 points.
Bro, good buzz. Coach Drake, I was like, they can't toss it up again.
Looks like some of y'all have been studying.
Really?
Toss-up 9. This thinker used the example of a disengaged audience at a friend's performance to describe how a something for everyone approach leads to the title concept in her essay, The Death of the Cool. An American who co-wrote many works with this thinker drew on her ideas to propose that being romantic felt like living the...
Mia?
Mia is incorrect. That being romantic felt like living the dream, but not living your life. Nuni Bao inspired this thinker to discuss her feelings about becoming a mother in a work that declares, "My career feels so small in the existential scheme of it all," titled, "I Think About It All the Time." A collaborative work by this thinker about the complicated nature of relationships between women coined the phrase, "Let's work it out" on the remix. This thinker's actress friend inspired her claim.
Charlie XCX?
Charlie XCX is correct for 10.
Hey, we're back in. We're not feminist enough, dude.
That was La La Land.
Toss-up 10. A combination of a piano and reverse piano creates the melody for a song about this location, in which the lyric, "Damn it, daughter, pull yourself together now," is sung. A song set in this location is the first to ask, when does a man become a monster, and is the second...
Ithaca?
Ithaca is incorrect. And is the second song in a saga named after this location. One movie's subpar trailer led people online to idolize a movie that cast Eric Bana and Orlando Bloom as princes of this location.
Troy?
Troy is correct for 20 points.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. Ava Button being our coach god is that. Let's go.
Right.
Ava powered that against his head.
Toss-up 11. A variant of Connections named after this person has a Hall of Fame mode on a 5x5 grid and uses yellow, orange, red, and black to denote difficulty. Many Instagram Reels show AI-generated versions of Eminem and this person explaining organic chemistry to... Andrew Tate is not correct. And this person explaining organic chemistry to each other. This person's nicknames apparently include the Little Emperor and Benjamin Buckets, a Twitter user who proclaimed that...
Netanyahu?
Netanyahu is also not correct. A Twitter user who proclaimed that this person is 30, thank God, followed up 10 years later to say that this person is 40, thank God. The second syllable in this person's name can be replaced with GM to denote his active pursuit of future teammates, or with Mickey to delegitimize a final MVP he won in the Disney World bubble. For 10 points.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is correct.
Let's go.
The Instagram Reels thing is not unique.
Yeah, that's not unique.
There's so many. The Richard Nixon 4 can't even get that.
Protest.
Okay. What's your justification?
Over there.
Over there.
Well, you can tell me too.
No, but he's the
Consultation with our coach.
There's.
Okay, would you like to adjudicate?
Oh, wait, no, you do your protest now. That's not unique.
Sorry, folks. We will move on to toss-up 12. Since 2023, Sindile Mavundla has served as a mayor who promotes this activity in Cape Town. Olga sings an aria about the...
Biking?
You have soul read this packet somehow.
Yes.
Let's go.
Do you actually know that?
No, of course not. You think I knew that?
All right. Note to players. These next questions are in the style of mashups, blending two answers in equal measure. Pronouns should always be taken with a grain of salt. For example, a clue for Genghis Kanye West may be as follows. This leader dropped an album at 3 a.m. with no warning while blitzing through the Khwarezmian Empire. And you can see it mentions both Genghis Khan and Kanye West.
Is it fine if we have a score check?
Oh, sure, yes.
Winning at
some point.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
We can't be saved.
Okay, here's your first mashup. Balkan Airlines employee Sergei Antonov assisted a plot targeting this person in retaliation for using the alias Ramon to check into hotels during the Silver period. This leader kissed an airport tarmac and declared, "Be not afraid," during a state visit where conspiracy theorists zoomed in on him walking barefoot and out of step across a road.
John Paul McCartney.
That is correct. For 20 points.
Oh my
John
God.
Paul McCartney.
Good ball.
Go.
Happy birthday. Dude, I can pull. No, I'll get
Toss up 14. Ginger Rogers starred as this woman in a 1946 biopic in which she has a Macklemore soundtrack dance battle with a rival played by Madison Pettis. This woman was forced to star in a 2026 Uber Eats Super Bowl commercial with Bradley Cooper and Matthew McConaughey after insisting that Benjamin Henry Latrobe add red curtains to a building. This woman, whose mother briefly dated rapper Young Gravy, paid off her son Payne Todd's debts by selling the Montpelier plantation. This woman sings, "When we drive in your car, I'm your baby, losing all my innocence in the back seat," in the chorus of a song whose music video depicts her ordering a slave named Paul Jennings to save George Washington's portrait during the burning of the White House.
Dolly Madison Parton.
No, sorry.
Dolly Madison Ray.
Dolly Madison Ray is correct for 10.
Good stuff.
That was the Diet Pepsi toss-up at IPNCT.
Oh, nice.
That's the only reason I know it.
Wait, that's funny.
That's not good.
I knew Dolly
Toss up
Madison, I know
15. This person said, "I have never been rooting for a tie more in my life," after saying all men are equal before fish. In an August 2025 YouTube video, Anna Cramling played this person while he complained about the conditions of Australian gold mines working under Bewick, Mooring and Company. This person is the boyfriend of Madison Beer, and his wife, Lou, worked as a nurse at the Battle of Tientsin. Having been drafted 6th after Joe Burrow and Tua Tagovailoa, this person signed the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. This offensive MVP of the...
Josh Herbert Hoover.
Sorry?
Justin Herbert Hoover?
Justin
Nice.
Herbert Hoover
Let's
is
go.
correct.
That's
for
a good
10.
guess. Let's go.
What are you doing?
I didn't know who the history one was. I knew it was Justin Herbert.
Okay. These next set of questions will all be action toss-ups, so you have to do something to get the
The
points.
oath of the Harati. Oath of the Harati.
Okay. 16. Rachel Benayan attracted global attention for performing this action to Canada's speaker to emphasize the new jobs created as the result of Budget 2025.
Again.
Yes, the 6-7 motion is correct.
Yeah. You just guessed.
MVP over here.
Oscar Murthy is moving me, bro. What can I
We
say?
got lucky, bro.
No one is better than Bosco. Maybe it's possible
Toss up 17. A figure making this pose rotates on a conveyor belt in a 1989 commercial for the IBM PS2. A silhouette of Bruce Forsyth making this pose opened every episode of the BBC show Generation Game. In 1906, Alvin Coburn photographed a nude George Bernard Shaw making this pose. Adenoid Hinkle orders this pose replaced with the Nazi salute in Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator. Stage directions for Eugene O'Neill's The Hairy Ape direct Yank to sit in the exact attitude of this pose. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's go!
The pose of the thinker is what we
that was
wanted
fist
for
bump.
10 points.
Oh. Yeah, give me my lick clue.
Toss up 18. This action appears on tomback nickels briefly manufactured by Canada. Many photos of Lech Wałęsa and other members of the Solidarity Party show them performing this hand signal. Dwight D. Eisenhower originated a particularly enthusiastic version of this hand signal. That's not correct.
Is it just peace?
The V symbol or peace sign is correct for 20.
Oh, good power.
I did it.
He did it
well.
as he said it.
I was
He
gonna
did
do
it.
it.
Let's
bro.
go.
I was
Let's
gonna-
He
I
can't.
was gonna do
My
peace.
bad, guys. My
I
bad.
should
I
have guessed.
we have 2 pluses. I don't care.
I should have guessed. Yeah.
Toss up 19. Before an instruction to perform this action, a character says that life on Earth will become completely unbearable, then merely impossible, because you have driven him away. A baby paper goes off while 2 people are attempting to perform a Renoir-themed instance of this action in Gilmore Girls. At the end of the Inspector General, the entire cast performs. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes! What was the answer?
Standing still.
The answer was stop moving.
Holy
and that
lick,
is for
wait,
20
bro.
points.
Take a timeout.
Bring us back into this game.
Actually, show.
Okay. Do you mind checking how many questions are left just so we know?
No.
No, this is unfair advantage. It's like 20 people categories. All right.
We need some motivation.
Bro, I'm just buzzing. Bro, I'm just buzzing on straight lit stock, bro. Lit stock.
Someone saw me off his team.
Lit stock.
No.
It's okay.
Wait, what's the score?
What?
What's
Bro, just straight lit stock, bro. Straight.
Hari,
Oh, yeah.
score check.
Oh my god.
This isn't bro, I'm carrying y'all, bro.
Good job. I got energy.
Yeah,
I got
sunglasses, bro. Robbie.
I decided to actually learn Epic because you beat us to win at it at Carmel at the Carmel tournament. So that's how I got that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do content and coming.
Yeah, we got it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Okay.
Alright,
Game time.
Let's go. Let's.
Okay.
Coming.
Fun.
The score currently stands.
Andrew, what is this blatant favoritism?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, as the scores currently stands, it's Hunter Nixon 4 at 80 and Visceral Absurdists at 220. We just checked the packet, and there are 8 toss-ups left, which means you might literally have to power every toss-up.
No, one of them could be worth like 100, you know?
Yeah, you never know.
All right, here's toss-up 20. This action provides the nickname of the oldest person to visit the South Pole. In Orpheus in the Underworld, Jupiter slips through a keyhole and performs a love duet with Eurydice, where his part consists entirely of this action. One poem describes a blue, uncertain stumbling example. That is 20 points.
What did he do?
The answer was the action was buzzing. So you get
Good work. Good work, Shihan.
That's crazy.
Wait, who got that? That's Shihan buzz.
Wait, Shihan, were you gonna do something else?
Okay.
I was gonna buzz. Like,
All right, we're back to non-action toss-ups now.
Okay.
All right. This action is central to a 2025 roguelike set in the year 50,002, where the only remnants of humanity are faceless creatures who wear masks of long extinct animals. Walter Penny theorized a namesake game centered around doing this action. Asa Lovejoy and Francis W. Pettygrove performed this action to determine the name of Portland, Oregon. Wait. Heads or tails? Well, I'm flipping a coin. So no, I have the coin.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it's not an action toss. Wait, it's not an action toss-up. Okay.
No, it's not an action. Heads or tails?
I'm
Flipping a coin.
I flipped the coin.
You have to give him the answer.
Tails.
Okay, actually, flip the. It is tails.
Yeah.
That's 10
Two
points.
guys walled out.
that's cool content. Oh, the Portland.
Yeah, that is important.
Toss-up 22. 3 riders of the 2026 PACE NSC have this relationship to each other, including a former
Co-workers.
no, sorry.
Acceptable. Protest. Protest.
including a former PACE editor whose HS Quizbowl forum signature makes a false claim in reference to this
Like they're named Kevin Wang.
You know what? Yeah, that's
Let's go.
Goodbye.
Dude, why are they
20
coming back,
points.
I see the vision.
Technically.
Wait, what was the main answer line?
They have the same name.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's not really.
Toss-up 23. This phenomenon is central to Erwin Schulhoff's work in Futurum, which also includes exclamation marks and smiley faces. Swansea resident David Hampson is nicknamed after this phenomenon due to his repeated arrests for standing in the middle of traffic. A bronze icon seems to say, "I more than anyone know of the pain in your foot," in a novel titled after this phenomenon about the Jesuit priest Sebastião.
Silence.
Sure, yeah, fine. You were silent for long enough, so 20 points.
Yes,
Good
sir.
stuff, Shihan.
Yes, sir.
We know.
Toss-up 24. Before a battle against this empire, a Cameroonian warrior rolled his eyes back into his head before, believing they were closed. An emissary of this cruel empire flagrantly punched a normally stoic Serbian warrior in the face. A non-thinker from this empire was accused of being inauthentic for espousing cornbread and oxtail. A commander...
Oklahoma City Thunder.
That is correct.
Nice.
Oklahoma
Oh,
City
that's
Thunder is
Chet.
correct with 20 points.
Ooh, that's Chet.
It's the chance.
Let's go.
Chet Holmgren, I'm crying.
Toss-up 25. Kitty falls for William Price in an early work of this type titled Old Friends and New Fancies. The protagonist of a 1973 work of this type by Paula Smith gives her name to a pejorative term used for characters within them. An organization that collects and maintains works of this type, like
SCPs.
no, sorry.
Wait.
Won the 2019 Hugo Award for Best Related Work.
It's like fan fiction.
Fan fictions are correct for
Good
20.
This is no. Unironically, I had a call about that. I have an AO3 call.
Is SCP not technically
No,
fan
I have an
fiction?
AO3 call. I actually have an AO3.
Wait, but is SCP not technically fan fiction?
Toss up 26. In Unix, a value named for this property is used by the scheduler to determine the true priority of each task. A satellite named for comparatively having this property performed rotation-resolved spectroscopy of neutron.
Very large.
No, sorry. Okay, good guess. Good guess. Rotation-resolved spectroscopy of neutron stars to measure their radii and constrain their equation of state. Mathematicians and physicists love to use this property as shorthand.
Bad handwriting.
No, sorry.
Ouch.
Yeah. Love to use this property as shorthand for well-behaved, describing objects that satisfy all necessary assumptions, as well as the certain properties of those objects. Highly anisotropic stress on the protolith, such as extreme shearing force, leads to banding with this property. This property should not be confused with a model in which the gas giants migrated to their current positions in the early solar system. This property names a rock with higher metamorphic grade than schist. For 10 points.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Nice. Nice, boss.
Knee slapper.
And toss-up the last. A 2021 Twitter thread in which an opponent of this practice is asked, "How many kids do you have?" and responds, "I am a kid," is often referenced to disparage leftists as naive. Users of the Chinese social media app Weibo added the prefix revenge to the term for the procrastination of this practice, which is caused by a perceived lack of control over life. This tyrannical practice is usually accompanied by excerpts from Hamster Huey and the Gooey Kablooey in Calvin and Hobbes comics. That time is correct. And that is our 2027 Case NSC All-Star game.
Good job.
You want to announce the final score? Okay. Our final score is 140 for Richard Nix in 4 and 290 for Visceral Absurdists. Thank you all for playing the 2027 Pace NSC, and I guess we're not graduating. Hope to see you back next year. Or 2028. What did I say? Oh.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend. I hope you had a great time. If you do have any feedback you would like to share that you have not already done, so you are welcome to come see me or Anna over up in the front of the room. Otherwise, we hope you all have a safe trip back to your respective homes, and we look forward to seeing many of you next year.
All right, we should be good. Man, what a weekend of Quizbowl we've had. That was a really exciting all-star game. It was really the Bhaskar Murthy show, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bhaskar was absolutely dominant, but we got to see high-quality buzzes on an even wider range than we got to see in the first 16 sub-rounds of this tournament.
And quite frankly, most of these toss-ups were pretty troll, so I'm seriously impressed with the ability of these players to figure them out and not get trolled too much, except for maybe the 8-9 toss-up at the beginning.
I think they have studied the sacred tests.
Yes, they were. Well, Padraig powering Edinson Volquez. I mean, that we were planning on having it in there every single year until somebody converted it.
All good things must come to an end.
And yeah, well, finally somebody knows ball about Edinson Volquez. Yeah, I mean, it's been a great tournament, and we really don't have much left for you. We'd just like to do a brief recap and congratulate our champions overall and for the JV and small school divisions. So, once again, first place overall, clearing the field, was Lexington from Lexington, Massachusetts, consisting of Shishir Bharadwaj, Alvin Hossain, Adi Pudasani, and Atticus Oliver. The top JV team was Saratoga High School, consisting of Arjun Vijaykumar, Harini Ramakrishnan, and Mihir Kotamraju. And then the top small school was Westwood High School, consisting of Yu Han Chen, Alex Balayev, Hayato Moy, Duanmu Jiang, and Jacob Sicherkia. So congratulations once again to all of our champions in every division. It's been a great pace, NSC. We're very happy that you tuned into this stream with us. I've been Forrest Weintraub.
This is Dylan Minerick.
And thank you all for watching.
Until next time.
Wow.
I assume we're done.
Oh.
Post-credit sequence.